There are literally 4,500 viewers right now.
Right this second.
This is a critical role.
This is just a couple of hacks on the internet. Like, it's not, professional voice actors or crazy stuff like that. We're not, we don't have a...
I take offense to that.
Yeah, this guy's intimidating me with his special curtain. And don't be intimidated.
All right.
What do we do?
So, welcome to a Friday night of Halloween spookiness. We are invading the normal spot that is taken by the Secrets of Doncaster on an off week, and we are going to be rolling up and playing with all vampires in the party tonight. We are going to go around the room and introduce ourselves to each other, starting off with our friendly closet gamer, Michael. Take it away.
Hey guys, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Do you want me to introduce character?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. All right, I haven't decided on a voice tonight, so I'm just gonna go with the first thing that comes.
Do you have any sulfur hexafluoride?
I don't.
Do you follow? There's a thing like it was either Unilad or How Stuff's Made on Facebook. It was Jamie, what's his name from MythBusters, had helium and it makes his voice really high, and then had sulfur hexafluoride and made him sound like a demon.
That would be cool.
Nice.
Anyway, didn't mean to jump in there.
All right. Anyway, well, okay. I am Soren Volushin of the Volonia Forest. I hunt elves and dwarves, the scum of the earth. That's all you need to know about me.
I have a backstory, don't worry.
You don't have to do voices. Next
Yes,
up,
you do.
Next up is Maggie.
I don't voice. I'll try. I don't know. Damn it, Michael. Hello, everyone. I am Lilith Wildhunt. I was raised by a priest of Pelor. Very devout and kind person. My father was killed by a group of bandits while out church planting for the Church of Pelor. I was left homeless and poor and parentless and then by the time I was 20, I had fell very ill. I was incredibly angry, and I swore to Pelor that he was not my god, that I hated him, that he had taken everything from me, even when I was good and a strong follower. And in those moments, I heard a whisper in my ear saying, "I'll give you back what you lost. I can give you life without death if you follow me." And in that moment, I pledged my faith to Vecna, the Whispered One, and have been a follower ever since. And I never aged, and I never got sick again.
Sweet. And now you drink the blood of the living.
And I do.
Sweet.
Yes, many dirty dwarves follow Pelor. It's good that you stop from doing that. Let's.
Fuck Pelor.
All right, and last but certainly not least, joining us this evening is Liz.
Hello. My character's name is Calypso. The only name she has is Calypso. She has the voice of somebody who might have been sick for a whole week. Occasionally she coughs, not because she's sick, just because it reminds her of being human. So, hundreds of years ago, I was born the second child of a happy kingdom with a happy village. I was quite pleased to be the second child because it meant my older sibling would take on the throne leaving me with my violin. I could spend my whole life playing concerts and focusing on my love of music without that responsibility. I loved my village, and I would often put on concerts for them, and they loved me in return. But once my parents tragically passed, my selfish sibling took over the kingdom. It's not you, Sarah. What the fuck is this nonsense? What the fuck is it? It's Kendra. It's Kendra. It's Kendra. Okay. And she quickly ran our kingdom into ruin.
Just to be clear, I'm the oldest, so actually I think it's me. Go on.
It's whatever. She made a deal with an evil being that ruined our village, and in order to regain power over her and to save the village, I made a deal myself to become a vampire, knowing that I would have to take care of the village from here on out and give up my love of music and my mortal life. I was devastated by this, but I did it anyways, and I saved the village. But as the years went by, the village slowly forgot me. And so now I have left my village, and my only joy in life is my violin. I continue to live simply because I do not have the energy to find a way to leave this world. And so I just go day to day, however life comes at me. I just am a neutral evil. And I don't care for much besides my violin.
Excellent. The only thing I ask is that each one of you create an adventurer, so someone who, when presented with the opportunity for glory and riches, will for whatever personal motivation that you have, will jump at it. The reason for that is, if we're not going to go on an adventure, we're not going to really have a game. So, for whatever personal motivation you are here, I am going to spend just a little bit of time bringing each one of you into the story. We are going to start. Actually, I'm going to move you guys here. Over the last few days, each one of you have been having fitful dreams. Not sure exactly where they are coming from. You've been waking up in the middle of the day in I don't want to say a cold sweat, but if you had the normal functions of a human, you would have perceived it as a cold sweat. Frightened of things that don't normally frighten you, and aware of someone lurking around you. But upon investigating your sleeping area, as much as you can in the middle of the day, there was clearly no one there. Nothing had been disturbed, but you felt a presence around you, a malevolent, good presence. And each one of you, when you woke up this morning or this evening, had a message from a friend or from a close confidant that you had been summoned to the sign of the crossed keys. And so this evening, each one of you in a small, out-of-the-way village, surrounded by dense forest, find yourselves passing the evening, trying to blend in as best you can, and trying to find someone local to slake your unending thirst. There are maybe about 50 patrons in the bar. It looks a lot like what you see here. All wood walls and ceiling, stone floor. Nice, but not, definitely used chairs. Not anything that's super fancy. There's a fire in the hearth. There's wood aplenty to burn because of the forest, and the bar is lit with alchemical lights. The bartender will pour you whatever you would like. Also has has a few stories to offer. The patrons of the bar don't seem to necessarily be able to pick you out as vampires, but they definitely know that you are not from around here, Izya. You know that there are 2 other vampires in the bar, but you're not sure who they are or why they're here. So, sitting alone at a table, Michael, or I'm sorry, Soren, what would you like to do?
I believe like to go up to the bar.
Okay.
Order myself a vine.
Okay.
I
Would
have
you-
my hood pulled up over my head, and it's kind of halfway over my eyes, so I look dark and brooding for sure.
For shizzle. The bartender kind of glances at you and says, "White or red?"
Red.
Do you want the good stuff? You'll have to pay for it.
What is the good stuff?
It's a silver piece of glass. 4 silvers for the bottle. The chief stuff's 2 coppers a glass.
Yes, the name.
Oh, hell, I don't know. 3 vines? There's 3 vines and some grapes on the bottle. I can't read this, and he hands you the bottle.
Yes. 3 vines.
There's clearly words on it. He just can't read.
He's not a dwarf, is he?
No, he's a human. It says Johnson Vineyards, Oakland, California.
You just can't read.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Yes. The 3 vines. That will do.
4 silvers.
Thought you said 3.
4 silvers.
Fine.
4 glasses in a bottle. 1 silver per glass. Bottle is 4 silvers. Don't make me charge you 5.
No discount. I get it. I'm new here. I'm not a friendly face, but yes. Well, here's your 4 silvers.
And he puts it in the, in the money bucket or whatever he has that is not a cash register. It's just a place to put all of the coins. Anything else?
I appreciate it. Well, what's new around these parts, I guess?
Well, I mean, it's been dark for a couple of days now. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Sun will come back eventually.
Must be on the other side of that Auchendale.
I guess. I've never heard of that though.
Just stories my mother told me. Anyway. So.
Your mummy?
My mummy.
Okay.
It's Halloween, mummy. Joke. Ha ha ha. Come on.
He sort of turns his back on you. Stupid newcomers. Outsider. Maggie, after seeing this exchange, I'm sorry, Lilith, after having witnessed this exchange, what would you like to do?
And I'm aware that he's a vampire.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, first thing, I want to take my holy symbol and kind of tuck it away.
Okay.
Just so other people can't see it necessarily.
Okay.
And oh dear, I will walk over next to what is your name again?
Soren.
Soren. I'm gonna walk over next to Soren. I hate her. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna order a wine.
Red or white?
Red.
You want the good stuff? You'll have to pay for it.
Yeah, give me the good stuff.
Glass or a bottle? Glass is a silver, bottle's 4.
I'll take a glass.
I hold up my hand. And I sniff a little bit. And slide my bottle over. Don't waste your money. It's not that good.
What? What do you mean it's not that good? I paid 2 silvers for that damn thing. Somebody try to cheat me?
I mean, have you tasted it?
I don't drink wine.
Well, the man paid for it. Whether it's good or not shouldn't really concern you.
Never buying from that damn winemonger again. Asshole
That's
cheated me and selling me rat cut wine because I don't like it.
Californians, am I right?
Ugh. He takes out another bottle and puts it on the table. So I gotta get rid of it somehow. If you're gonna drink it, you can have it.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up the bottle and I'm just gonna stroll over to just the closest empty table.
All right, Liz, Calypso, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I've witnessed this exchange,
Yes.
and I can tell the vampires, right?
Yep, you guys all know each other are vampires. You just don't know what or why they're here.
Please stop turning the camera on. Don't touch things. So noticing that there's 2 more vampires in the room, I find that kind of strange, and I think they must be up to something. So I stroll over to the female vampire's table, and I kind of sit down next to her. I don't say anything. I just look dead at her.
I'm just gonna quirk an eyebrow at her and kind of gesture towards the bottle.
I say much obliged, and I take the bottle, and I take a long swig right from the bottle, no glass.
Classy.
Yeah. Who's that bloke over there? Okay, so I've taken my swig, and I ask her, what's your name and what brings you here? Your fucking
my name is Lilith, and I'm not sure it's your concern what brings me here.
It's vampire, fuck off.
Did you want to share with me why you're here?
I'm here. I tell the truth. I'm here because I was drawn here by my dreams, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel it's going to be significant. Yeah.
Well, you're a talker, aren't you?
There's no better way to get to know the people around you than to talk to them.
I'm gonna kind of look over my shoulder and see if I can make eye contact with Soren.
So I'm sitting there just kind of looking over my shoulder, clearly listening in on Jabberjaws over there. A little smirk on my face. I'm gonna just saunter over and very quietly say, "Shouldn't talk about your dreams so loudly. There may be others looking for the crossed keys."
That's where we're at.
So I take it you're here for the same reason.
Maggie, are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Soren.
My name is Lilith. Okay.
Isn't that clear?
What the fuck is this? Come on.
What?
I've known no less than you, or the same.
Just a real quick question, DM. Well, as a vampire, if I drink that wine, will it get me drunk?
Sure.
Okay, I was just
If
curious.
you wanted to. as a vampire, if you would like it to, it will. If you need to be sober, you can like sort of shake your head and will the drunkenness away.
That's
fucking awesome.
For driving, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna just pick up the bottle and take a drink right out, like a long drink out of it. Not like get like super drunk or anything, but like this is fucking weird and I need a drink.
So the second drink that's that big from the same bottle, it's gone now.
Nice.
Aw.
So
This tastes like shit.
So now that we're all kind of huddled together in this vampiric mass of vampire, feeling a little conspicuous, so I'm going to look around the room and see if anyone is maybe looking at us strangely.
nobody is really noticing you at this point, other than being outsiders. They're not really talking to you, and they're not so much shunning you as they're just, okay, they're, travelers or whatever. They're passing through. They came, they paid for drinks. They didn't give the bartender any trouble. They seem to be just sort of like bumpkins who are ignoring you because they don't like outsiders.
Okay.
Um,
And just so I'm clear and making sure I'm not screwing things up, we were summoned to the sign of the crossed keys, correct?
Correct. That's where you are.
That is the bar,
Yes.
or the tavern.
That is the
Okay.
bar that you're in.
Okay.
So,
That's
all right, and we were just told to come here by someone.
one of your friends or one of your family members told you that they had orders that you needed to be there.
Oh, orders. Okay. So, fuck. All right.
So as the three of you get together and sit down and have sort of exchanged your minor pleasantries, you find yourselves on what appears to be a demiplane.
What?
You all sort of close your eyes and go into a very still repose, and each of you is fully what you believe to be corporeal, but quickly find out is just an astral projection. You can sort of like move through each other, kind of like a ghost, and there is a voice that comes from seemingly everywhere and nowhere at once. It says, "Welcome, my children. Thank you for coming." I would do the hands over my face thing, but it makes it sound awful. So he says, "Welcome, my children. Thank you for heeding my words. I have drawn you here together this night to rid the town of what I perceive to be a malevolent intent. This town is where I was born, and although it probably holds no particular significance to you, is of great significance to me. And you guys don't really know who this is or what he's saying, but you can tell he's like uber powerful, right? So you're assuming that it's an ancient vampire. This is something that you have heard of, but you haven't ever actually experienced before, only being third level. But you've heard tales about groups of your kind being brought together from seemingly completely separate lives to perform deeds of glory for an ancient vampire. So going on, he says, there is a cave in the wilderness not far from here, and the people of this town are, well, I don't want to say that they are my herd, because they are not cows, because we do not drink the blood of cows, but these are my people, and I value their lives.
Does he want to eat them, or if it's...
Because he wants to eat them.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Please, as a favor to me, I would ask that you find out what is happening, and you rid the imposing force from outside of this town, that you eradicate it. Will you accept this task?
As a favor to you.
Yes.
What will we receive in return for this favor?
I will be in your debt. You will be able to call upon me one time for the remainder of your unlife. And when you call upon me, within reason, I will do whatever it is that you ask, if it is in my power.
All due respect, sire. Why have we been chosen?
You have been chosen for your individual skills. You have been chosen because I believe that you are the three who are best suited to this task. I cannot do it myself. I am across the worlds right now.
Yes, but how do you know of us?
I have my ways. Soren, I saw a few days ago. I saw in you a glimmer of the true hunter. I saw the dwarf that you had beneath your teeth. I saw the look of true terror in his eyes as you drank his soul.
It was delightful.
Lilith, I have seen your prayers to Vecna. Only one who is truly brave would dare take up that mantle. And Calypso, I have heard your violin. I have heard you play. And it is the sweetest music that I have ever heard. The three of you together, I believe, can do what needs to be done.
I mean,
I will
wasn't
never
doing
turn
anything.
away. I will never turn away from a hunt.
I wasn't doing anything. It sounds like you owing me a favor would work out for me in the future, so sure.
You are very correct.
I appreciate anyone who appreciates good music. For this alone, I shall do you this favor.
Are you sure that she's a good choice?
So you open your eyes, and the sign of the crossed keys is left like a I forget what the word for it is, but it's like imprinted in your vision.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns into snakes and slithers away.
Ooh. Okay. Snakes, fine.
Each one of you sees this individually. You can tell that it's an illusion, but it's not something that you see together. It's something that you each see like as you open your eyes on your own.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But now we're back in the bar.
Yeah, you're back in the bar.
And everything looks like normal. People aren't like, what the fuck with these two?
It looks like about a half a second has passed in real time. So, like somebody who was in the act of lifting their mug to their face is like still in the act of drinking on the same swig. Like it's been like maybe a half a second.
Okay. So, it looks like we're going to be working together, at least for a little while.
It does appear that way.
The dodo brain gets us all killed.
Fuck off. What, you ruined my train of thought. I fucking hate you. Did I hear correctly, Soren, that you are a hunter?
Yes. All Volition are hunters.
Do you think you could help us find something to eat for the night? Okay,
I think we
bards are
need to
cool.
head out right now.
Piss off.
What kind of vampire can't find their own food?
That's what I'm saying.
This one is something.
Saving some fire.
I think we need to go
God.
now. We've been given a mission. We can find food on the way.
As you wish, lead the way. Where do you think we shall go?
You said a cave outside of town, right? Ranger,
You did indeed.
can you find a cave outside of town? Seems like something you should be able to do.
Well, I need to know a direction for sure.
I guess we should probably start talking to some people.
Perhaps we could talk to these warm bloods.
You blood violet isn't playing, they'll come to you.
Okay, that's not how that works.
Okay, so
You play the violin, I think it's fun.
we already talked to the bartender.
Forgive me, but our musical friend there seems a bit more personable than you or I.
That's probably true.
I assure you it is.
So as you guys are talking, the door to the bar flies open, and a man who is clearly in distress, just covered head to toe in muck and leaves and bleeding from several cuts on his face and hands, just staggers drunkenly, but clearly not from drink, from exhaustion, into the bar, and goes up to the bartender and slams his hand down on the bar. Says, "Where? Help. Please. Please help me." He looks at him and says, "Simon, what's happened to you? What happened to your family?" And Simon looks up at the bartender and says, "Snake men. They've come for my family. And he turns around and he looks at Soren and his eyes go wide and he points, says, "Vampire!"
Fuck.
Damn it.
And then he puts both of his hands on the bar and starts to try to crawl over the bar backwards, and then remembers that he's exhausted and bleeding and covered in shit, and just sort of falls on the ground and stands up and get out of here. And then he runs and tries to leave.
Okay, so I go to intercept the man.
All right.
Oh god.
You're able to intercept him. How do you want to stop him?
Hit him with his violin!
No, I just grab him by both his shoulders. I tell him to calm down, to that we're not here to harm him. Okay, I have the ability to persuade people.
No, how does he know that?
He believes you.
What? Perfect. Please, sir. Oh,
He believes that you are not here to harm him.
It's us. What are we doing?
please, sir, tell us what happened to you. Tell us more about these snake men.
They came from out of the darkness. They surrounded my house, and they could speak like you and I, and their heads looked like snakes, but they had legs, and they could walk and like men, and they took they took my Kendra. She's
Hannah,
gone.
her other sister.
That really is.
She's gone. I'm sure her and Tristan are dead.
Who are Kendra and Tristan?
my wife Kendra and my son Tristan.
I'm gonna walk over at this point. Probably not at all as calming. Which way did they go? Do you know where they came from?
They came from out of the forest. They surrounded my house, and then they drug Tristan and Kendra back into the dark of the forest.
Which way, you fool? North, south?
I live about a quarter mile north of here.
Which
Ran
way
the
did
whole
they
way.
drag them?
Ranger, can't you follow the tracks?
They went west.
He's a ranger.
They went west, back into the forest.
We'll find your friend,
Not you. No,
Krista.
vampire. No, let me go. Let me go.
Hey,
Please,
Calm
sir,
down.
calm down. Maggie, I am the persuasive one. Let me talk. You're terrible at it.
I am really bad at it.
He calms back down.
We want to help you. Let us help you.
I will. I need a drink. And
I
I'm gonna-
hand him the rest of my, it's about half a bottle of wine. I hand it to him. Is the good stuff.
he looks at the bottle, looks at you, sets the bottle on the bar, and says, "I knew vampires were all liars." Looks at the bartender and says, "Give me a shot." The bartender.
I'm gonna put some silvers down and just be like, "It's on us."
The bartender pulls a bottle of what is clearly the rottest of gut whiskey from under the bar, and
I gagged just a little bit.
pours it into a mason jar, about halfway full of a 6-ounce mason jar, and hands it to Simon, and he throws it back like it's a glass of water, and sort of shakes his head a little bit and goes, "Oh, thank you, thank you." He sort of collects himself a little bit and looks at the three of you, and the rest of the bar is sort of starting to get a little worried because he said vampire a few times. And the bartender is sort of getting nervous, and he just looks around at you guys and gets this crazy look in his eyes and says, please, no killing in the bar. No killing in the bar.
We're leaving.
I just casually sort of walk up to Simon, kneel down, and put my face real close to his, and reach my hand up and pat him on the cheek like this a couple times.
Creepy.
We'll go. And I just walk right out the door.
Say, we go?
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting Simon to come with you?
Yes.
Okay. He comes with you. He follows you like a puppy dog.
Interesting.
I like
follow
being a
up behind
vampire.
Simon.
Right.
I'm gonna kind of roll my eyes and huff, but follow along.
Right.
We're in a new place.
Out into the wilderness we go. So it's dark, but you guys can see just fine. Simon takes you back to his farm, and there are a lot of tracks around the farm. The house is clearly been ransacked. Everything that once was very well loved, simply made, but well taken care of, is in a shambles, and he just absolutely loses his shit and starts weeping openly, and points off into the forest and says, "They went that way." Points west.
I turn to Soren and I say, "Lead the way."
Yeah. So, Soren is a little leery of like following the direction that he pointed. So I'm gonna check for tracks and see if there's a better direction than where he is pointing, because I don't.
Yeah, can I insight check this guy?
Sure, absolutely. He is 100% telling the truth. What he believes happened is what he's telling you.
Right.
It's colored through, obviously a lot of stress because his wife and child have been taken, and he's really fucking scared of you. But he knows everything that he believes to be true is what he's been telling you. He's holding back absolutely nothing. He told the truth about the snake men. He told the truth about his wife and son being dragged into the forest. Everything that happened, at least for what he believes, is exactly what he told you.
Okay.
So I am going to be checking for tracks.
Okay.
Nice.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, was that a natural 20?
It was.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Rolled his dice and he got a natural 20.
It's just,
That's
he's
the
like
highest
licks his
score.
finger, sticks it in the air, and he's like, that way.
Yep, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. He'd just be like, fucking going that way.
So,
Yeah. Like, if he had rolled a natural 1, he'd have been like, I have no fucking clue where we even are. Which way's east? Which way's south? I'm fucking lost.
so you see a ton of what appear to be normal human, shoe prints everywhere around the house. You see 6 distinct different, what you can tell are different humanoids. You see several 1-inch diameter holes, like they were carrying spears. 3 of them were carrying spears. 3 of them were using other weapons. And they went west into the forest for a little bit, and then doubled back around the back of the house, giving it a relatively wide berth, and went back east.
Yes.
So they actually circled around the outside of the house, and then went back the other way.
Yes. Well, point east. They'll notice the exact opposite direction that old Simo pointed. We go that way.
No, they went that way. And he tries to argue with you, and then remembers that you're really scaring him. Okay, whatever you say, sir.
Please don't call me sir.
I
Groveling. Warm blood. Well, you stay here.
Can I go back to the bar?
You do what you want.
I'm going back to the bar. He leaves.
Unless... Ladies, is there anything you need from this man?
God, it
No,
doesn't
he's
even
free
seem
to
like he
leave.
could provide much. Let's just get this over with. Which one of your dogs is snoring?
Mine!
Okay.
She can't help it. Yeah, the weird vampire carries around a snorkeling dragon with her. Well, a disabled snorkeling dragon. It can't actually do anything.
Oh my
It's so
God.
cute.
Oh
Nice to
my
my
God.
dog. I'm nice to yours.
Anyway, no, he can go.
I go? Okay, I go.
Let's just get this over with.
He goes back to the bar. As he leaves, and after he gets, let's say, a couple 100 yards away, well out of your vision, but not out of screaming distance, you hear
Oh
a
shit.
blood-curdling scream that cuts off about halfway through.
Oh, that's his problem.
Mm-hmm. We should check, right? It was like this is his flock or whatever.
Mm.
I'm gonna haul ass towards the scream.
Okay.
I'm gonna go towards the scream as well, but I'm gonna walk because I know that guy's dead.
It's
I just
totally
wanna-
dead.
Find the thing that killed him. Is there a thing there?
There's
kill him?
totally a thing there.
Yes.
Shit!
You see 3 shambling, sort of like very slow-moving zombies that are doing the typical zombie shuffle. They're, not very coordinated, but good enough to have literally ripped Simon into about 12 pieces. You're not sure on first glance because there's so many, but he's used to Simon.
Oh, didn't mean to click on that.
That's fine.
My bad.
You're fine.
Like the worst kind of undead. Fine. Are they like coming towards me at all, or?
Well, as soon as they see you, they are going to, but they can't see you right now because
Oh.
they're dumb
They're
and
real
they
dumb.
don't have good perception.
Damn it. Okay.
So if you want them to perceive you, they will. But I'm assuming that you wanted to.
No. Yeah, if they don't perceive me, I don't want them to perceive me.
Yeah.
Of these other 2, have you guys come with me, or am I alone now?
I'm standing at a distance. I can see what's happening, but I come no further. I'm not afraid. I want to see how it plays out.
So
Also,
I'm
can't see me.
I'm standing about as far back from Calypso as she is from Lilith. So I'm like double back, kind of hiding back, but I've got my longbow out and an arrow knocked.
There
You're
are
about
3 of them, right?
There's 3 zombies. Mike, you're about 120 feet back. Lilith, you're right up on them, and Calypso, you're about 60 feet back.
Yeah. I'm here to kill shit, so I'm gonna get my warhammer out.
Okay. As you draw your warhammer, you're going to get advantage on your first attack because they can't perceive you. So go ahead and, if you want to go ahead and attack, roll your first attack with advantage, and then we will roll initiative after that.
Yes.
Damn.
Give me that damage.
Okay.
So what we do when I run games is critical is a why is that?
How is that a thing?
I think it rolled damage for both.
1d8.
Like-
Wait, how can that be a thing?
All right, so the way I do crits is that criticals are not roll your damage dice twice. It's max damage plus a die. So what's your Warhammer's a D8, yeah?
1d8 plus 3.
So it would be 11 plus roll a D8 again, which gave you so just /R space D8. Well, no, we'll say it gave you a 7 because that's what you rolled. So because it screwed up. So 11 plus 7 is 18 damage.
I love it.
So you did 18 damage to one of the zombies. He now only has one arm because you hit him in the shoulder and it like literally took his arm off.
Nice.
That was super cool.
I'm
All right.
proud of him.
Everybody roll initiative.
Liz probably doesn't know how to do that.
I literally
So-
have no idea.
There's a thing on your character sheet at the top near the middle of the core that says initiative.
Yep, sure is.
I'm dying. Don't worry about it. Oh, my initiative was sad.
All right.
So is Soren.
So
Mine was pretty good.
Yeah. Hmm.
Calypso. zombies,
Oh,
and then
hey,
Lauren.
hey, Rick.
Yep.
Since I'm in chainmail, just out of curiosity, am I rolling at disadvantage on stealth checks?
Vampires don't ever roll at disadvantage on stealth checks.
I love being a vampire cleric. I'm turning Lyra into a vampire.
I mean, I'm sort of totally breaking the rules, but I really don't care.
Okay. Nice. Okay, anyway, go on.
So, Calypso, you are first to act. You are 60 feet back from the zombies, and they are clearly aware of your friend Lilith and about to attack her. What would you like to do?
Friend is a strong term. Just met this bitch. I get out my hand crossbow and I aim for the zombie closest to her.
Okay, that's the one she just whacked the shit out of with her warhammer.
Yeah, sure. What? I mean, I can aim. That's not how this works. Okay, I'll aim for a different one. Damn. She aims for the biggest, scariest looking one. That's the one she's aiming for. The one who's like they're in charge. She wants that one.
That's the one.
Sarah, stop helping.
Okay, so I aim for him. Do I just click on my...
Click on your hand crossbow.
See how this goes.
You got a 22. That means you hit. And then see the words where it says hand crossbow? Go ahead and click that.
Like in the chat. There we go.
And you did 8 damage. Way to go. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I run up a little bit closer.
Okay, you're able to move 30 feet on your turn, so you get halfway there.
Cool.
Excellent. Next is the zombies. So one of the zombies is going to move up and attack Calypso.
Fucker.
So
I shot.
a 5 is not going to hit your armor class. And then another one is going to attack Lilith. 19.
Oh, that'll hit.
And then you're going to get attacked again by the third zombie. So you get hit once. We're going to do D6 plus 1. You are going to take 4 damage, Lilith. You're going to get smashed by a forearm of one of the zombies.
Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
All right. Soren, what would you like to do?
So I see the zombie smash into my new acquaintance, and I lift up the bow almost effortlessly, not even aiming, and just pull it back and let an arrow fly. And I'm really trying to have it just graze right past Lilith and into the zombie, because I'm flashy like that.
Okay. Roll it up. You hit.
I was like, if you roll a 1.
Lilith is dead.
Balls.
It doesn't really seem to affect the zombie very much, but Lilith knows you're a flashy sumbitch.
Oh man.
All right, Lilith, what would you like to do?
This guy's still standing in front of me, right?
He is.
Dead
He
yet.
is really not feeling very good.
Oh, he's not feeling very good. Okay.
No. He is. I mean, if he wasn't already undead, he would be thinking about it.
All right, we're just gonna give him one more swing of the good old hammer. Let's finish him off. 14.
14 hits.
Yes.
Zombies have an armor class of 8.
Why does it keep rolling like this?
I
I don't have it on advantage anymore.
Let me check out your character sheet here real quick.
I'm also confused by that.
Let's go here. You have damage 2 checked, which you should not.
Know what that is?
You didn't even. Oh, I gotcha. It is a versatile weapon, so you can wield it with either one hand or 2.
So what you're saying is I could have done 6 damage if I held it with 2.
No. What I'm saying
I'm
is,
confused.
yeah, so you roll a d10 if you hold it with 2,
Oh.
and you do a d8 if you're holding it with one hand.
Well, why would I ever not?
With one hand.
If you're if you're wearing a shield, it's
Oh, you're
really
right.
tough to use 2 hands.
I like my shield. I'm a big fan of my armor class. One hand it is.
Okay. If you ever want to drop your shield, you can use the right hand weapon.
Okay.
Okay. So you take your warhammer and you rear back and you bring it down right square in his forehead, and the zombie crumples to the ground.
Cool.
I would say he's dead, but he already was.
Right.
There's this like really, really gross black stuff that sort of starts to ooze out of the mass that used to be his head, but meeting your warhammer was not really good for his afternoon.
Gross.
And the other ones are like right there. Right.
One of them is in front of Calypso. The other one is also right up in your business.
Okay, so I have to move to get to him.
Nope.
All right, then I'm staying put.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think I have anything else.
All right, Calypso. You have a zombie up in your face. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I pull out my dagger and for some close combat strikes.
Okay. 22 hits. 7 piercing damage. Does a nice bit of damage to the zombie. Anything else you would like to do?
He's still alive, right?
Absolutely.
But that's my only move I can make against him in this round.
Yeah, you can only get 1 attack per round.
Okay, then no. Knock him over one move.
Okay. So your dagger sort of like goes up into his armpit. What you would think of would be a killing strike on a normal human, but this guy's sort of like undead, and it comes back kind of icky, and you're ready to go. Zombies are next, so they are going to... One of them is going to attack Calypso. Does a 13 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 14.
Then it does not. And the other one is going to attack Lilith, and a 17 is not going, or a 7 is not going to hit her.
No, it's not.
So the zombies are going to have a pillow fight with you guys. Soren, you're up.
Once again, knocking an arrow and sending an arrow. This time, I didn't really feel great about the last hit. This time, I'm actually going to aim and send an arrow flying at the farthest zombie from me.
Okay. 23 hits.
And as a bonus action, I think, before I do that, I am going to use this Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
So the next time I hit a creature with ranged attack, needs to make a dex saving throw, and any creature within 5 feet of it also must do that.
That's you, Lilith.
Oh.
The zombie does not make his dex save.
I have to make a dex check?
Yep.
It's the chainmail. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
What's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is a 12.
Oh.
It is a 12.
So you hit it, so you're good. So the zombie takes a D10 of piercing damage.
A D10 and the longbow damage.
Yep.
And then Lilith, you'll take half. Oh, sorry. So there's the longbow, and then the Hail of Thorns is 5.
So I take half of all
So you
of
take
that?
2.
You just take 2.
2 piercing, okay.
Yep, and the zombie takes 9.
So the arrow flings from my bow and kind of mid-air just bursts into like a bunch of thorns, and a couple hit into you, but most of them hit the goddamn zombie.
Nice.
So the zombie kind of like, he looks like he's getting peppered in a John Woo movie, where he just like, his body sort of quivers. And now his front is full of holes. Anything else, Soren?
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving closer.
Okay.
Um,
You have, I believe, 30 feet? Is that
yeah,
right?
30. Yep, 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna just like pull a couple of the thorns out and just kind of give him like a kind of impressed nod. Like, okay, this is good to have around.
Lilith, it's your turn.
All right. So I got one that's been hit a few times and one that's not been hit at all. Is that what we're?
You have a dead one, and the one in front of you has been hit once, and the one in front of Calypso has been hit once. The
All
one
right.
in front of Calypso is 30 feet from you.
It's 30 feet from me.
Yes.
I am going to cast Catapult at that one.
Okay.
Don't fucking hit me.
I'm not trying
No.
to hit you.
She has perfect control over it.
Okay.
Let's see. So level. I'm just at a level 1.
All right. So the catapult goes straight into the zombie in front of Lilith, or in front of Calypso, and does 14 damage.
Damn.
So
Wow.
the zombie sort of like staggers a little bit, and the rock hit it in the back of the head, and it sort of like shakes a little bit, and then almost falls over, but doesn't quite fall over.
Finish him.
Good night, sir.
Anything
Oh,
else?
she got bored.
I'm good. I'm literally gonna say finish him. Who's next?
Calypso is next.
I'm gonna turn my head and look at Calypso and say finish him in the best deep voice I can.
Okay, so I take. He's really close to me, right?
Yep.
So I take my hand crossbow and like point blank rage right at his forehead, shoot him right in the head.
Okay. Roll to hit. 15 hits. Roll your damage. 8 piercing. So your crossbow finds itself on a plane, like flat against his forehead. And when you pull the trigger, the bolt just sends itself deep into what used to be this zombie's brain. But zombies don't need brains to continue to function. So while you have seriously damaged him, he is still up. You have not quite finished him.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
And the zombies get a turn.
Fuck.
That one's going to attack you, Calypso. And then that one is for Lilith.
The 13
So-
is for me?
Yep.
That misses.
Oh, the 20 totally hits me.
You take 3 damage.
Okay.
You get punched in the face.
Fuck.
Like, it's flinging its fists wildly, and one of them just accidentally hits you. But when it does, it hurts.
Okay, when I take damage, do I need to record that on my hit points?
Yep. So there's a area, one that says total hit points, and then one that says current hit points that has arrows next to it. Just click down 3 times.
Okay, got it.
Cool. And then next is Soren.
All right. So I see blood, or the equivalent of blood.
Yeah.
I smell it in the air, and
It smells disgusting.
it smells awesome. And I want more of it. So I'm going to run my full speed.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use my preternatural speed.
Okay.
to use the dash,
which gives you an extra movement of your
which
speed.
gives me extra movement of my speed. So I want to get, if I can, to the one that is by by Calypso.
Yep, you can get there.
And I am just going to dig my claws. I have long fingernails, and dig my claws into its neck and just rip out.
Okay. So roll to hit as an. Okay, you want to do life drain?
Yeah, so I think it's basically your weakest natural melee attack is what Life Drain uses. If I was reading that correctly. So it's basically using my claws and just digging in.
Cool, that hits. All right. So your life drain is enough to kill this zombie. When you pull out, your hands come back covered in this disgusting black ichor. And when you go to drink it like you normally would to get the benefits of the life drain, you realize that this is just this is an abomination. That this zombie is not a human, right? And so you just recoil in disgust from the smell and the tiny little taste of the blood that you got. Roll a Constitution save. Okay, you made it. You're good.
Cool.
You know that had you not made your Constitution save, you would be poisoned.
Wonderful.
Damn.
Wonderful.
All right, so Calypso, the zombie in front of you is dead, and the one in front of Lilith is not. Soren, is that your turn?
That was my turn.
Lilith, you're next. Zombie in front of you has been hit, but is still standing.
All right. Fuck this. I'm going to drop the shield and 2 hands with the warhammer.
Do it up. 9 hits.
Nice.
All right. Oh. All right. So he is not really feeling very good. You sort of do one of those things where you put your shield, just like Captain America style, back on your back and sort of double swing the warhammer. And as you're coming back up, get the second hand on there just for that little bit of extra oomph. All right. Anything else?
I don't think I have anything else that I can do, so no.
All right. Cool. Calypso, you're up.
Okay, all the zombies are dead?
No.
Except for the one in front of Lilith.
Okay, so how far? I'm 30 feet away?
Yep.
Okay, so I move the rest of the distance to
Okay.
that zombie. And I take the dagger out again, and I aim right for the jugular, just trying to completely decapitate it all with one go.
All right. Roll it up. 9 hits. Damage. All right. So you know that zombies are tough to kill, and that trying to decapitate one with a dagger is probably not going to work, but you feel like you got it started. The dagger comes away a little notched and a little worse for wear because of the zombie's spine, but you definitely got all the way down to the spine. Unlucky for you, zombies don't really need heads to be dangerous. So that one is still standing.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, seriously. Next move, stomp it to death. Okay. I guess I don't really have another move against the zombie, so that's
all right.
That's what I do.
So it's going to attack Lilith with an 11, and it's going to miss. And next to act is Soren.
All right. I'm just gonna spin around on my heels, knocking an arrow, sending it flying at the zombie, hoping to kill it.
18 will hit. 4 piercing.
With 4
Not
piercing
enough to do it.
damage.
Damn it.
So this zombie seems particularly beefy. Lilith, what you got?
The shield is still away.
Okay.
God, but no, I'm still swinging with the hammer.
12 will hit. And 11 will go against the zombie. The zombie is still standing.
What is with this thing?
The zombie is teetering on a broken ankle, and what used to be a head is sort of like lolling back and forth. But it is looking straight at Calypso and coming for her. Calypso, it's your turn.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna go ahead and try Chill Touch.
Okay. 9 will hit. And 6 necrotic damage. So you sort of close your eyes and think about just this motherfucker, and you point your finger really emphatically at him. And this blue, crackling, like almost Emperor Palpatine sort of lightning comes out of the end of your finger and just rips into the zombie and goes it literally explodes. The zombie only had 1 hit point left. And so what remained of this antagonist is now a black mist in the air.
What? Good.
Well, that was fun.
Fuck you.
With
and
the-
what you
with-
voted on.
With the threat of the zombies away, I walk up to the cleric and say, "Please tell me you have prestidigitation. I've heard you people have
didn't.
that."
It's no, you heard wrong.
I look at my hands and
I'm gonna
just
look over at
wipe them.
the bard, because bards can have that, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I don't.
Yeah, it's not my specialty.
No, I do not have that. So I just kind of shrug. I'm like, it's the way it is, man. Sucks to suck. Sorry about you.
Yeah.
So you know that back at the farmer's house there was a well. If you would like to clean your hands.
I would like to find what is left of Simon.
Okay, that is very obviously in the battlefield.
And I would like to motion to him and look at the other 2 vampires in the party and say, "I have found your meal."
Yeah, sure. I'll just sort of like stroll over and like just pick up like a chunk. Just a chunk of him. Whatever.
Okay.
I, instead of eating him, I take out my violin.
Oh
And-
my god.
Yeah,
that was
fuck
in
you.
character. That was in character, just so you know.
And I begin to play a song of goodbye for him.
Oh, jeez.
And
Is this-
then I eat part of him.
And like you'll notice, it seems very, very strange, but as the bard is playing the song of goodbye, Soren has a very solemn look, and very concentrated, as though he is respecting the song.
I
So-
am clearly not. I am so exasperated.
So
And
Lilith,
is
as-
not eating either.
Lilith, as you are enjoying the spoils of battle, you notice that there is a fog that is coming in that seems to be not natural. It was not really all that cold this evening to create this fog, and it also has a red, sort of reddish tint to the fog as well.
Damn.
Oh, well, this is lovely. Did you want to play a song for the fog too, or are we done now?
Nobody but you noticed the fog, Lilith.
Oh, okay, okay.
Point it out to her like that, though, if you want. That was kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, so I look up and I see the fog at that point.
Yep,
And,
once she points it out to you, you see it.
okay, so I just very calmly put my violin away. And I look to the rest of my other companions and I'm like, well, this can't be good.
So, this is what you see.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh, mine didn't change.
Oh, that's really big.
Yeah,
Let-
I made
Liz,
it
you
big
don't-
so you could see it.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck! That doesn't look. Oh, fuck this! I don't wanna. I'm out, man. Damn it.
Do I recognize this as any kind of creature that I would know?
You're pretty sure this is the snake men that Simon was talking about.
But like I don't know anything about it or. Okay.
So it says it in a hissing voice. It says, "Who will pay the blood price?"
I think you might be talking to the wrong people about blood prices. What? Who are you? What?
Who will pay the blood price?
I believe the man laying here paid the blood price.
Who has called us?
Someone called you. Well, shit.
He looks at Soren because he came from a patriarchal society and doesn't understand that things are changing, and goes up to Soren and hands him a smaller than normal but clearly gold piece that is red in the middle on both sides. So perfect circle, smaller than a normal gold piece, slight raised lip around, and red on the inside. And then
Anything I recognize?
no, you've never seen this before. And then he takes what's left of Simon and leaves.
Oh man, that was gonna be a snack later.
As he leaves, the fog disappears.
It disappears?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was
Interesting.
creepy. And I don't usually say that.
I'm watching where he came from, and as he gets further away, I'm following.
He was clearly brought here by magic and left the same way. About 10 feet beyond what you can perceive, there's no tracks. He's gone.
Mm.
What did he give you?
I flick the coin over to Lilith.
I'm
You
gonna
will
check
recognize
it out. Do I know what this is, or
So you
see
see
anything interesting on it?
a gold piece that has the right weight, but is about 10% smaller than it should be. About maybe a tenth of it around the outside circumference is raised up from the rest of it and clearly gold. And then inside is blood red. If you want to roll religion or history or something else that you think might help you, I'll give you what you find out.
I will roll A
Yeah.
religion check.
All right. Lilith, you know that this is not a part of any religion that you've ever heard of, but you have the blood price sort of rings a bell for you. There is said to be a group. It's not necessarily a cult, but their fanaticism might qualify them for that status. They don't actually follow any god. They are beholden to they're beholden to what they believe is the ideal of man, which is cold and detached, and mostly a snake. So they're sometimes referred to as the snake cult, but you're not really sure what their name is. But they don't really follow like a deity. They try to improve themselves through mutilation.
I'm not sure about this coin, but the blood price, that rings a bell.
So paying the blood price, he was actually prepared to pay you. He came to collect your kill and pay you for it.
So, okay.
When he said who will pay the blood price, what he meant was who killed this man and who do I give the gold to.
So, this is the work of the snake cult, or I don't really know if you can call them cult. They're a bunch of fanatics who think that if they hurt themselves and worship snakes, I don't know, they'll be like perfect humans or whatever.
Does anyone think it's strange that, well, I at least for me, our vision ended with snakes dispersing.
Yeah.
And now we're talking to snake people that are beholden to snakes. I don't know what to make of it.
I think that these must be the evil affecting the village.
I mean, obviously, but is this the cult? You think the cult is out there? Or I don't even know if we call them a cult, but that's the best word I have for it.
Yeah, I think this cult is out there.
And what, the zombies are just like a coincidence? There's just a bunch of zombies roaming around as well? It has to be all connected.
You want to inspect the zombies?
Yeah, that would be great.
If our prime benefactor, the one sending us on this mission to eradicate the issue, he ends his visions with snakes, I just don't know.
Is that investigation?
Whatever you think would work, yeah.
I mean, it's all garbage from me, but sure, investigation.
I mean, you're in the forest, so survival or nature would work as well, but investigation is probably the most straightforward one.
Okay.
All right, with an 11, you notice that they don't appear to be completely human in origin. Like, you've seen zombies before, being undead yourself, and you sort of know how they're supposed to look, and there's something wrong with these. Like, their eyes are slitted, almost like a cat's eyes or a snake's eyes, and one of them has a forked tongue. Not all three of them, but one of them has a forked tongue, and you do see some scales on each of them.
Hey, look at these zombies. These aren't normal zombies. They look like snake zombies. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever said in my life. A snake zombie.
I mean, snake-ish zombie.
I'm going to inspect them and see if they're like all flesh or if they're almost golem-like, like if they're made of the surrounding nature. So I'm going to use nature for this.
Okay.
And it's going to fail miserably.
I mean, it's not going to completely fail. You're going to be able to tell that they used to be alive. Like, they're not They're not golems. They're definitely not golems. They were once living, breathing. I mean, sort of weird looking, but mostly human.
Yeah, this is the cult. They self-mutilate to make themselves look like snakes. They're fucking weird. I don't really know why that makes them better, but in their minds it makes them better. I don't know how the hell they got turned into zombies, but they must be here. And they must be what's causing all of this.
So I say our next step is to find this cult. I think we have no other option than to seek them out.
We have a direction.
Well, lead the way, Ranger.
Absolutely. So I'll
Alright.
just start walking east, following the tracks that I had found earlier.
Okay. As you go east, you find your way to the mouth of a cave. Is there anything that you would like to do before you go into the cave?
I would like to suggest that we check for traps. Because I've been here before in a previous life. And I didn't check for traps.
Did something bite you?
I believe there was a weird bone wall or something, Michael.
Mhm.
Is that an investigate? Is that investigation?
Sure.
God, is anybody else smarter than me?
No.
No.
I'm not terribly smart.
All right. Well, you know. Sure.
Mine's 13. So.
9.
There are no traps.
All right.
Okay, no traps. Well, then, I think we're good to move forward.
Allow me to go ahead.
Can we hear or see anything?
Sure. You
Let's take a second.
see the open mouth of a cave that clearly leads down into the side of a hill, but the mouth of the cave is littered with leaves and sticks, and like it's been cleared away a couple of times, but there's a rut in the middle where everybody walks that's always got water in it and never fully dries up. There's like a half-eaten animal that was thrown like maybe 10 or 15 feet to the side. There's no loose gravel, but everywhere else you've been, there's been loose gravel. So it looks like this is like the area where everybody comes and goes. There's clearly people who live here. I mean, people, I use that term very loosely. There are clearly things that live here, but they are not present at this time. There's nothing around that you can perceive. Nothing living.
Is it dark?
It is still dark. Yes, and it is very dark in the cave.
Is not
Okay.
lit.
It is not lit.
I want to go into the cave, but can I use stealth to just do it real stealth so I'm
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. We should probably stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is we're going to need because we don't have dark vision, do we?
You all, as vampires, have superior dark vision out to
Oh, we do.
120 feet. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great.
Being a vampire is awesome. So I just click stealth?
So we're
Okay.
stealthing.
Stealthing.
You guys all pass the stealth check, and are you moving into the cave?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's move forward.
Let's say
We're
Soren
gonna
is
still put Soren in the front.
You'll
Yeah.
probably just come up to a black screen, scroll down, it will take you to where you enter the cave.
Okay, scrolling down. Here I am. I see it.
Okay, yeah.
Make sure I didn't screw this up. Make sure you can move your people.
My people move.
My people move.
Yay!
I want to be behind Maggie.
Soren's in front. Okay, Michael.
I put the distance comb there so you can measure from you to the wall or from you to the monster. Not so you could throw distance comb raves.
I don't know how many of my games have been sidetracked by the distance comb.
It's
so
actually
fair.
very true. It's true.
It's true.
All
All
right.
right.
So we're coming in from these two cassette, like tape cassettes.
Yep, those are the double doors that you came in through. Those are the opening of the cave.
Okay.
Every door, unless I tell you otherwise, is made of wood and surrounded by stone.
Got it.
Okie dokie.
If you
Alright,
see two
so-
of them, that means they're double, obviously.
I assume you guys are coming in before me, or after me.
you. Yeah, we're gonna go
Yeah.
after you.
I am going to sneak on in and look upon this room.
All right, when you get into the room, things seem much more linear than they probably should be. Like this has been hewn from the rock, bigger than the original cave. There's like poop and leaves and grass on the floor. The things that live here clearly don't take care of it very well, but there's lots of them that move through here, so it seems like the poop is relatively fresh, but there's nothing like gonna jump out at you. There's cobwebs in the corners and stuff, but things are sort of like what you would think of as a cave, only they have doors, which is kind of weird.
You had to mention the poop.
I did.
I'm a ranger, so I am
You're poop
required.
proficient?
I am required to kneel down. I'm gonna take an arrow and like scoop
Stick
up.
your finger in it, and I'll give you advantage.
Touch it.
You know what? Yeah, I want to see if it's warm.
It is
I'm gonna stick my finger in it.
Another question: do vampires poop?
in my game. Everybody poops.
Okay. Okay.
Unfortunate.
Stick my finger in the poop, scoop a little up on my index finger,
Oh my God! Who am I with right now?
bring it up to my nose, and give it a little sniff,
Oh.
and see if it's like, and try and inspect it for like berries or bone fragments or something.
Okay.
So I'm basically justifying my use of survival here,
Okay.
and that I have advantage.
You do. Sticking your finger in poop will get you advantage.
All right. Well, good thing.
You know that this came from a mammal that eats other smaller mammals. This did not come from a human. It came from something like something from a predator.
Predator.
Yep.
I'm gonna wipe my finger on the ground and look over my shoulder at my vampire buddies and say, "We are not the only predators here."
You're also relatively sure it's not a wolf because you are very familiar, at least I'm assuming you're very familiar with wolves.
Mhm.
This is not wolf scat. It is something larger than a wolf.
Great. Well,
Okay.
did you have to touch the poop to figure that out? Was that really? It was.
It was cold, by the way.
It is cold. Okay,
Yeah.
cold poop. I can tell you it has not recently pooped, at least here.
Oh my God, Vecna, give me strength. This is gonna be a long night. Sure. Not recently pooped. We've learned so much. Should we move forward?
Do we have any choice but to move forward?
I bet we could find some more shit to play with if we really wanted to. But I'm thinking we could probably keep going.
Yeah, as appealing as the shit idea is, I say we keep going.
Lilith, you probably want to change places with Calypso.
God damn it.
Haha. Okay, Bard. Lead the way.
No, I meant like physical. You want to change places.
Like, There. Like that?
Like you want to be right there.
Got it. Okay.
Here's why.
Oh, dear.
Wait, where is it? There it is. Oh, look, a secret door.
Oh!
Secret door. Oh, I can't see the secret door. I'm not the...
So I see this. We all see the secret door? Or?
You see the secret door.
I see the secret door.
You also see this door. You also see those double doors and this door. So what would you like to do?
Is there a symbol on this door?
There is not a symbol on the door. As far as everybody else can tell, this is a bare stretch of wall, but you know that there is a secret door there.
I know that there's a secret door here.
There is a draft coming in from underneath the door.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Hey, folks, I think there's actually a door over here. We could just, can I like, again, check for traps?
Yeah, absolutely.
Trap checking, investigation.
It's not trapped.
It's not trapped. I'm gonna give it a shove.
Okay. Shove doesn't seem to do much. It's like a rock wall.
Rock wall. So, I want to get in here, but I don't know how.
Well, you might try something other than shoving it.
Can I... Do I see any, like, mechanisms that would open it?
The only place that you see open is along the bottom, and as you run your fingers like around, like across the opening, there seems to be like one place where you can stick your hand in just a little bit, and if you lift up just a little bit, the whole thing flies up like a garage door.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. Fling it open.
Right? So you see that.
What kind of noise did that make?
Nothing.
Made no noise.
I mean, it was barely a whisper.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna-
I'm still inspecting the double doors that were ahead of us.
Unlocked, standard wooden double doors.
I'm gonna ask, are we still in stealth mode?
You can be if you want. There's no creatures in here, so you don't have anything to stealth against. But you can, as long as you want to be, you can move half speed and be stealthy.
Okay.
I'm thinking the secret door might be the way to go. What do you got over there, Soren?
Oh. I look over my shoulder. I had no idea that you had unveiled a secret door. Oh, that's much more interesting than this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
These are just doors.
Let's go in the secret door. Nothing ever bad
Whoa.
happens behind the secret door.
I'm moving in. Let's just get this over with.
Put yourself where you want to be.
Right there.
All right. So let me reveal what you see.
I'm going to.
Just more hallway.
So in the hallway, there is a tiny chest right here.
I don't... Oh, okay.
Okay.
And on the chest is inscribed the symbol of Vecna.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So,
I'm gonna
As you retrieve and open the chest, you see a tiny vial.
Okay.
When you open the vial and you sniff it, you're not going to take a drink because it smells like the absolute worst thing you could possibly imagine.
Okay.
Tell me what that is.
The worst thing I can imagine.
The worst smell you could ever come up with. What's that?
Pop Tart after she ran away for 8 hours.
I was gonna say my dog when she rolls in shit.
That's perfectly acceptable.
I mean, it's like it actually was not shit. It was dead animals. What it was. It was
It was
upsetting.
dead. Fucking gross.
Okay. That's what it smells like for you.
Okay.
And you're pretty sure if you gave it to somebody else, it would smell like the worst thing that they could possibly imagine.
It's still popping.
So this is some kind of a potion or something.
It is. Roll a history or religion.
Religion.
All right. This is a night's rest in a vial. So you, after drinking this vial, will gain the benefits of a long rest for 1 hour, after which you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion. But you don't actually have to rest.
Got it. And the chest has the symbol of Vecna on it, right?
Correct. A bone hand gripping a lidless open eye.
The eyeball.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep that.
Okay.
Just kind of put it away, and I'm gonna keep the potion for myself too.
Okay. You know what I meant by long rest, right? Full hit points, all your spell
Yeah,
slots
full
back.
Full hit points.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are 100% sure it's necrotic magic. So only work for a vampire.
Will only work for a vampire, and it lasts for an hour.
Yep. And then after that, you get a level of exhaustion.
And how long does it take to kick in?
Instantaneous.
All right, I'm gonna keep that ready to go, but I'm not gonna drink it just yet.
Right.
I like it. All right. Did I see anything else? Anything
The secret door in front of you.
more secret doors? All
Yep.
right.
You're pretty sure this one's going to open exactly the same way the other one did. There's even a rope to help you pull it up.
I'm gonna open it up.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
Fucking monsters! All right. Where are you at?
Hold on, my computer's freaking out. Hey, damn.
Oh, my initiatives suck.
Do better.
All right. So, Elizabeth, you are first to act. Calypso, you are first to act again. Write this down here real quick. Scribble out the one with the zombies. And then Soren. And then Minotaur.
The Minotaur?
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
owlbear.
I love owl bears.
And
I
then
don't want to kill it.
all right.
okay.
Calypso, you are first to act. What would you like to do? The monsters have perceived you. They are aware of you, and they are ready to attack.
Okay. Let's see what I
Kill
can
it.
do.
Fucking owl bear.
True. I can't remember what True Strike does or why I chose it.
True Strike, you add to something, I believe.
True Strike lets the next person who attacks this monster get advantage. It grants
Okay.
advantage to one of your allies.
I'm gonna go with Acid Arrow, just right for the Minotaur dude.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the damage button.
I did, and this little thing popped up that says cast as what level? Level 2?
No.
1
You
or
only
2.
have one.
Pick level 1 or level 2.
I picked level 2.
Alright, so what that means is, since you rolled a crit, it is 50 damage.
I feel like I win.
Plus 2d4, so plus 6. So 56 damage
To which one?
to the... Which one were you shooting at?
Minotaur.
The Minotaur.
The Minotaur.
How?
Fuck me.
How?
Wait, what?
Magic, bitches! I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. I thought it was 40-10. It's not 40-10.
No,
It's 44. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Oh.
Hold up.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wait.
say, holy cow!
I read it wrong. I thought Acid Arrow was 40-10.
That would be great.
It's 12
Oh, let's go back to 40-10.
plus an additional 2, which would be 16-20, and then roll 44 again.
Okay, so what do I do?
/R space 4d4.
Okay. Slash. Quit. R space 4D4.
Oh, another 11.
So 31.
Damn, that's still pretty impressive.
It's still huge.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're very much welcome, fuckers.
Alright, can you see his HP? Can you
No.
see the health bar?
I don't see a health bar.
No.
Should we?
I mean, I'm gonna test it. Can you see it now?
No.
No.
I don't see anything.
Alright. Never mind.
Go get it.
The Minotaur is pissed.
He is hurting.
I mean, you cast Acid Arrow right in his face, and that did a literal shit ton of damage. And he is like nostrils flared, like battle rage ready.
Neat.
Soren.
All right. So I'm going to kind of run past my vampire buddies.
Okay.
And then use my preternatural speed as a bonus action to dash.
Cool. You guys all have that too, so if you don't take another bonus action, you can move your speed again.
Oh, nice. Okay.
To
Yeah.
about there.
Okay.
In this little alcove. All while grabbing my bow, knocking an arrow, aiming at the Minotaur, sending an arrow flying.
Oh!
Ah!
Oh, I could kick an ass.
Do the damage.
All right.
So 8 plus 2 is 10 plus. So it did it for you. I mean, it was just an accident, but it did it for you. So 17 damage.
Yep, and then I also have Colossus Slayer, which says that when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, it takes an extra D8 of damage if its hit point maximum is, or if it's below its hit point maximum.
It definitely is. Roll an extra. What is it? D10? D8?
D8.
Cool. Oof. So you get 23 damage, right? 24 damage. Man.
Yep.
This Minotaur may not get a turn.
Isn't its turn next?
Maggie, it's your turn next, I thought.
Oh, I thought I was after them because I
Yeah,
suck.
so the Minotaur and the Owlbear get to go. The Minotaur can't really see Calypso, and because you're in the dark, and it thinks it was going to have a tough time getting to Lilith, so it is going to get up in the face of Soren,
Mm-hmm.
and it is going to gore, which is if it moves more than 10 feet straight, you take an extra 9 piercing damage if I hit you. And
Sweet.
then you must make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone because I can't push you 10 feet away. So let me hit you with my gore. Let's go. 20 plus 6. 11. Does that hit your armor class?
Does not hit a 13.
All right, so go ahead and roll your dex save anyway. Or strength save, sorry, strength save.
Strength save. Okay. 14.
You hit it, so you do not get knocked prone. And then it's going to slash at you with its axe, which I believe is only a +5. Let me double check. +6 still. Okay. 25.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So you take, not that. You take 17 damage.
Damn.
17. Whoo, doggy.
Shit.
That's horse shit. What happened till we were kicking its ass?
I mean, that's all it gets to do. The owlbear is going to move right there and go at Lilith, but it knows it can't get to her
Oh, okay, okay. So it's got nothing.
because it's large and it can't fit in that tiny area.
Oh, well.
It would
that's
have to
fun.
squeeze and get disadvantage.
So is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Oh, I like this. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Scorching Ray this guy.
All right, do it up.
I'm gonna try to Scorching Ray this guy. There we go.
Armor class is 13, so you hit.
Yes! Oh, come on!
For 3 damage.
Really lame.
Nice work. Anything else you'd like to do?
Oh god, he can't get to me. But forget it, I'm moving in.
Oh, why would you do that?
Because I want to beat this guy with my hammer, too.
Okay.
Okay, well, fuck that.
Melissa, you're up.
I think I'm gonna stay right here in my safe little passage. And I'm gonna go with the poison arrow again.
Okay.
Acid arrow, that's what I meant to say.
20 will hit.
Alright.
Are you going to the owlbear or the other guy?
The owlbear.
Okay. Poor owlbear.
Since you decided to run out there and attack it.
All right, so 17. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right, sounds good. Thorin.
All right. I will use my preternatural speed gifted to me by my vampiric background and disengage from the Minotaur, dashing past him, behind him, and then
Are you using disengage or dash?
disengage.
Okay.
Yeah, I use dash. I said dash just to be.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
as-
Want to
yeah.
just mechanically clarifying.
Yeah,
You do it.
mechanically, I'm disengaging, but figuratively, I'm dashing past him, and letting an arrow loose as I kind of come skidding to a halt, sort of perpendicular to the owlbear, but
Cool.
going right for the back of the head of the old Minotaur.
You want to call your shot?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Roll disadvantage. If you hit, you get +10 to damage. Do not hit.
I crit fail, in fact.
You do not hit.
Oh,
Your
no.
Your arrow pings off the door and falls harmlessly to the ground.
I was waiting for it to somehow accidentally hit me.
The Minotaur knows exactly where you are and is going to charge you on his next turn.
Shit.
I can't use inspiration on that, can I?
No, absolutely you can.
Yeah, I want to use my inspiration.
So you want to take the 20? Or you want to roll
yeah.
again?
I mean, if I can take the 20, I'll take the 20.
Take the 20.
I'll take the 20.
Hit the damage.
All right.
If you're going to spend inspiration, I'll give you that 20.
All right. So there's that, and then the Colossus Slayer on top of that. So 13.
13. All right. The Minotaur is really not feeling good. He is still up, though. He is going to charge at Mike, and he is going to keep going past. You are so fast using your preternatural speed, and he is so damaged that he is just going to slip right past you and not really fall on his ass, but he totally looks like a jackass. And then the owlbear is going to attack Calypso. I'm sorry. Is going to attack Lilith. I said it wrong.
Oh,
Okay.
19.
So can I use Warding Darkness?
Absolutely.
Yes! I'm going to do that. Which causes you to be at disadvantage, right?
It does, which means I roll a 12.
And you miss.
So the owlbear is just between Lilith and the owlbear. There's this engulfing blackness. Hit the thing on your character sheet.
On my character sheet?
Yeah.
I hit the thing. I don't know. Nothing happened, though. Okay, hold on. Yeah.
You gotta select your token first.
Oh, what?
Like select you,
Yeah,
and then
I've
hit the thing.
clicked on me. But when I click on Warding Darkness, like under in the features and traits,
Mm-hmm.
it like just minimizes the spell, like the words.
There should be a little comment, like a
Oh yeah, there's a.
Oh, a bubble?
There we go.
Bubble.
I hit it.
Okay.
So that's what it does.
So, woof! Darkness up.
Poof, darkness.
And this is why I feel comfortable getting into melee with this guy.
Yeah, he has a disadvantage to hit you, and he misses terribly because he can't fucking see you.
And it's my turn now?
Yep, the darkness of Vecna surrounds you, and so he is at disadvantage to hit you until that goes away.
I kind of want to hit him, but I think I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on him.
Okay.
Because let's just get this guy.
That will hit
Nice.
because you're in touch distance.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to worry about armor class. You're inflicting wounds on him.
So I will do that at first level. 10
All right.
necrotic.
He's going to take 10 necrotic damage,
Spell, mark that off.
and he is not going to feel very good about it. He doesn't know where it came from.
Yes.
I know that owlbears have a higher AC than 11, but you hit him anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Calypso, what would you like to do?
I'm going to.
I'm sorry, if you can touch him and you have to spend a spell slot, you should get to just do the damage.
I was going to say, shouldn't you just be able to just touch him for
Yeah.
Inflict Wounds? That's a weird one.
Yeah, you should just be able to do the damage, especially if it makes you spend a spell slot.
It's like a DC type thing. Anyway, go on.
I'm going to move forward just to like here. Like lay down, damn, right there, so I'm a little bit closer.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna. Can I see him, or is he shrouded in the darkness and I can't see him either?
No, you can totally see him.
Okay, I'm gonna crossbow, hand crossbow.
Sweet. 14 hits.
Ah, fuck.
-4. All right. Soren.
All right. And now I'm gonna go in for the kill here. run up behind this Minotaur, and so I think to bite him, I technically have to be grappled. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and grapple this guy so that I can then bite him on my next turn.
Okay. Contested strength saving throw. So he gets a +4 to strength. You can use strength or dex, whichever you want.
Is it a strength saving throw or just a straight strength?
For you, it's straight strength. For him, it's a saving throw.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
You're very strong.
You are not grappling him.
Yeah.
You can still attack.
Big guy.
I'll count that as your bonus action to try to grapple him. You can still attack him if you want.
All right. Then I'll go ahead and because I just have my claws out, I'll just like try and grab into him and like right around the neck again and use my claws as a jaw as much as I can.
I mean, his neck is probably as big around as your head, so you're probably going to have a tough time doing that, but you can totally inflict some damage.
Yeah, I'm not with a 4, I'm not.
Oh, no, definitely not. Not with a 4.
Yeah, so nope, that's
I mean, you
that's it.
can poke at him with your claws. He's not really going to care.
I'm really just giving him kind of a scratch on the back of his neck to see if he likes that.
He's like, have you seen James Bond, the new Daniel Craig one with the Casino Royale? You seen Casino Royale?
No.
There's a part in it where he gets tortured, where they rip the bottom out of a chair and they swing this like rope thing that's like got, it's all crusty and like salty, and they like whack him in the nuts with it.
Oh, nice.
And until he's like just, totally beyond whatever, and he goes, to the left a little bit, to the left a little bit. You're gonna die scratching my balls. That was probably the best part of the whole movie.
Nice.
Anyway, it makes a lot more sense if you've seen that. But, anyway.
Yeah. So I'm kind of tickling him behind the horn.
Yeah. He feels like chuckling. He feels like giggling. The Minotaur is going to turn around, and he's going to try to turn around. If Rick can control roll 20, and then he is going to push you back 5 feet to get a little bit better attack, and then D20 plus 6 with his axe and get a 24.
Oh yeah.
And you take 17 damage.
Ooh.
Are you alive still, even?
Oh, just barely.
How you doing over there, buddy?
What can we do to help?
I got you.
Oh. Fuck.
And then the owlbear is going to run away from the darkness and squeeze into this little hole over here and attack Calypso with disadvantage.
Okay. So, what are my options here? So he's really close to me, right?
Yep. And he gets a 13.
What? That's your armor class, right?
No, mine's 14.
That means he misses.
Yeah.
He has disadvantage because, see this, like, the hole's not big enough for him to fit in.
Right.
So he has to squeeze, which imposes disadvantage.
Okay. So is it
Like
my
you
turn
should like
now?
make a face or something at him. That's my turn.
I
Lilith.
do face at him.
I see
get
my ally over there getting his ass kicked, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna cast False Life on him.
Okay. False Life is only for you.
Oh, I can't cast it on him?
False Life specifically says self.
Ah, shit. So he's just gonna die.
I mean, not necessarily.
You have
Okay.
little faith.
Okay. Well, then, fuck it. I'm just, I see this thing swinging at him. So, I have enough to get over there, right?
Yep.
Two-handed with the Warhammer. Shields up. I'm gonna swing it.
19 hits.
Nice.
You do, but I'll give you the 9 because that's ridiculous that you shouldn't have to take the 1. So
Nice.
you get the 9, and guess what? He had 8 hit points left.
Yes!
Minotaur is dead.
Okay.
Nice.
Dead. So you take your Warhammer, you kind of double pump it a little bit.
I was gonna say I kind of want to come up under his like I want to like come up under him and knock his beak off.
Excellent. So he just like flops back on his back, and his legs kick up, and then they like come back down with a crash. And just the axe sort of falls limply out of his hands. He's dead.
Nice.
Good kill.
All right, Calypso.
I'm
You got an
out.
owlbear up in your grill.
Thank you.
So, is the owlbear? He's blocking my way, right? Like I cannot get past him.
You cannot get past him. You can go around if you want, but you cannot get past him.
So let's try.
Like you can go back here, and then
Uh-huh.
through the door.
Okay. Let's try the chill touch because he's close enough for me to touch, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That hits. 6 necrotic. All right, he's still up.
Can I move?
Yeah, absolutely. If you move away, you will need to use the disengage action as a bonus action, and you only get to move 6 squares.
Wait, do we all get disengaged?
You get dash or disengage as a bonus.
Nice.
Vampity vamp.
I love being a vampire.
It's so
Yeah.
fun. I've been using the crap out of it.
Yeah, you should disengage.
Yeah, I just had to figure out where that button is.
You don't have to worry about
You
the
don't have
button.
to-
Just move 6 squares.
Just
Oh,
you're
perfect.
disengaged.
Come here.
So there's a couple actions that you can take during combat. Disengage action means that you don't provoke attacks of opportunity, which means he can't swing at you as you move away.
It won't let me pick her up for some reason.
I will fix that. It should.
Mm-mm. Like it won't let me click on her, like it did before.
Oh, go up to the top left and make sure you're on the arrow.
I'm sorry, what?
In the top left of the screen, there's a 3D cube, and right above that, there's a mouse pointer.
Yeah, I'm on that.
And then click Select Move,
Oh, okay.
and now try to click on her.
Still no. Why? I'm on that, and I clicked select move.
Please hold.
You're
Ooh, I'm gone.
I know.
Okay. Oh, I'm bigger now.
Can you move her now?
No! Why? Oh, I got her.
Got it?
Yeah, I got her.
Okay. You can move 6 squares from where you were, which is
Okay.
right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 5.
Oh.
Cool. All right.
damn, you moved really far away.
Yeah. I was like, fuck that. I choose life.
So, Soren,
Yeah.
how you feeling, buddy?
With two hit points, I'm not feeling great. I will not lie.
There is a large, warm-blooded mammal in front of you who is slowly leaving this mortal coil. Who is at disadvantage to you because he is prone. how would you feel about draining some of his life away?
That's I mean, I want to just like go down and bite the shit out of him.
Don't tell me you want to go down on the Minotaur. We don't run that kind of game here.
It's a whole different thing.
We don't have X cards here, but I'm going to throw one down for bestiality.
That's
It's a
fair.
whole different website.
If I could figure out a way to give you an X card, I would totally respect it. We'll roll that back. I'm sorry.
I'm fairly certain that you're the one that made the guild horse joke in session 1.
That wasn't me, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you said that you don't need to tell me what the guild horse is for.
Oh, man. I forgot about that.
Been a
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It
Not
has.
bad.
Anyway, so
Maybe we run that kind of game normally on Friday nights, but not here, damn it.
okay. I thought we were good, but apparently not. Sorry, guys, for
So, just
going there. So I am just gonna put my mouth around this Minotaur. Is that better?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
get you some of that life force.
Okay.
We got in
All
trouble.
right. So do I still have to grapple him?
No.
Okay.
You just get whatever you get for life drain.
So I'm gonna bite him, and it's 6 points of damage that I do to him.
Yep.
And I only get 1 point.
No, you get 6.
No, because technically it's you get whatever the necrotic damage is.
Okay. But you can do that several times here in the next
Yeah.
few rounds. So for right now, you get 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
And then the Minotaur is not going to go. The owlbear sees its prey run away that way. So it's going to turn around and attack Lilith.
Sorry.
Come at me, bro.
20 plus 7. 11, which does
Miss.
not hit you. So it's going to swipe at you, and it's going to just chink off your armor. Chink.
Like, gets its little claw stuck in my chainmail a little bit?
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, shakes its paw. Have you ever heard that noise that your dog makes when it's scratching behind the ear, and its dew claw gets stuck in the collar?
Yes.
And that's the noise it makes.
That's a terrible noise.
It's awful. Nobody likes that noise.
So then it's me, right?
Yep.
Oh, wow, that did a thing. I am going to Ray of Sickness this thing,
Okay.
because I don't know.
15 will hit.
Actually, so then I just click the thing, and we'll go at a level 1, 9.
Minus 9. So the owlbear gets a runny nose,
Aw.
and it feels like maybe it has to poopy. It's not feeling great. Feels like maybe it needs some chicken soup and a warm, cuddly bed to get into. Not happy.
Not happy.
Not happy. Calypso.
Okay, how far in can I move?
You can move 6 squares, and then you have a bonus action that will let you move 6 more.
Alright, I'll move my 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm gonna take another shot at the owl bear, aiming for the back of like its neck, I guess, or
Okay.
head, if I can hit. With the hand crossbow. See how that works out for us this time.
18 hits.
Good deal. Don't do that.
All right. So, your hand crossbow inflicts what should probably be the mortal wound on this owlbear, but you know that you don't want to kill it completely because your buddy Soren needs a chance to drain some of its life.
Okay.
So the owlbear is still up, and it is Soren's turn. It had 10 hit points left, and you did 9 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna drain some of that life. I mean, the Minotaur is an easier target, but I'm a hunter. So I'm gonna kind of sneak away right around here and swipe at it with my claws.
Yeah.
Life drain, 11 normally does not hit, but you are a vampire and you are in the presence of a beast that has 1 hit point left that should be dead. So that's going to go ahead and hit. Ooh,
Oh,
6
nice.
points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
There we go. Feeding up.
So as you drain its life, because you drained it beyond 0, it's going to puff into a shadow of black ash. The owlbear is no more.
Oh man, I wanted a feather.
A single feather.
That's literally what I say.
Like, as you say that, a single feather, like, drifts down and lands, like, right in the middle of the square next to you.
Okay, well, I'm appalled. Oh, man, I wanted a chest of gold.
Nothing happens.
Fuckers.
I'm gonna pick up the feather. I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna say, "The Whispered One always provides." And then I'm just gonna stick it behind my ear.
I'm gonna provide you with my foot up your ass.
You know that if you want to do life drain on the Minotaur, you probably do 2 more before it's completely gone.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the other 2 and motion.
We have more to do here, and you need it more than I do.
Go for it, man.
All right.
Did you want to play it a song while he eats it, or we're good?
Now that you mention it, yes, I will play a song. Nothing like a meal with a show. I whip out my violin and I play
Dinner and a show.
yeah. A little jaunt. Something to get his spirits up while he eats.
All right, I go down for a good solid 12 seconds. Come up kind of breathing heavily and wipe away my lips. Look a little better.
Okay.
The problem is you have to play John Mayer songs on your violin.
Oh, please play your... I mean, he is going down on the Minotaur, so your body's a wonderland right there.
I just had to throw that out there. The Minotaur is no more.
Poof.
Okay.
All right.
Minotaur and the bear owl.
So what do we have going on in this room?
It is 12:25. We are a little bit past halfway what I had planned for tonight. Timeout. I need to go get a beverage and take a potty break.
Okay.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I like it.
Okay.
All right.
Maggie, I have to work in the morning. Maggie? Oh, she went away.
What's happening?
No.
Why? Why? I can't get my beer open. Who is doing this? Bards. Why? It's a very scary dragon. Oh, she doesn't want to dance. Liz! I hate you.
I love me.
You're the worst.
I'm the best. Good
You're
job,
not the best. You're the
I really
worst.
am.
She's totally the best.
She was playing.
Brandy.
Yeah,
Playing what?
the musics and the dog dancing.
What?
She was playing music and making the dog dance. You missed it.
Does she have the camera on?
Yes, she did.
Why did I miss that?
Just so I mean, the ugliest dog in the world could
You
dance
didn't miss
to
much.
the worst music.
That is
How did I
not
miss
true.
that?
Liz, show him the dog again. Really get her buggy eyes in there.
She's not ugly. Lena, tell him you're not ugly.
Pretty.
Aw, she's cute.
Oh, hello, strangers. All right, go back to sleep. She's appalled that I woke her up, just so you know.
Okay. Well, she can continue to be appalled. Alright, so in the room you have some ashes, and you have some stone floors, and some stone walls, and some bones, and this was the owlbear's den, but the Minotaur didn't live here.
Minotaur didn't live here.
So you know that the owlbear,
Big thing.
like over in the corner, has its what you would perceive to be its nest.
Ooh, can I check it out? See if there's anything fun over there?
Sure.
Gonna investigate things.
So over in the nest, which is over here,
Okay, okay.
you are going to see a small pouch that contains 3 gems, each one of them being worth 500 gold pieces apiece.
Damn!
You know that it's probably going to be difficult for you to move these stones in this sort of an economy, because there's not a whole lot of gold flowing around the town. But if you keep them with you and you take them to the right place, to the right person, you'll probably be able to get quite a handsome sum for them.
Nice.
And then you're also going to find a standard healing potion, which isn't going to do you any
nothing
good.
for us, so put that there.
You're also going to find the corpses of about 7 or 8 different small rodents, but you're not really sure which bit goes to which rodent. So you're like to eat over here.
Gross.
Gross. They're not anything we want to nibble on.
I mean, they're like mostly
were
desiccated
desperate.
bones, and you're not going to get much in the way of nourishment out of this.
All right. Nothing more. Okay.
Just real quick, I want to interrupt her and be like, what did you just do with the jewels just then, because 3 jewels, 3 of us. The way I see it is, you wouldn't be alive if you'd come in here by yourself. Feels like we should split that shit.
I'm just gonna like kind of stare at. I mean, like, come on, Bard, give me like a reason to share with you.
Can I do like persuasion on her?
Sure.
Yeah. If my computer will load, I will definitely do that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, she's very persuasive. It's your will, but she is very persuasive in talking you into splitting the loot equally.
I will tell you this. Whatever the fuck that arrow was that you shot at him first was pretty impressive, and I'd like to see it again. I'm gonna hand her one of the jewels. And where's Soren? Is he even paying attention?
No, I'm in the other corner of the room inspecting a door. So
Definitely throw the coin at his head. For
I
sure.
mean,
That's my
like, I'm
choice.
gonna turn and look back at her, and I'm like, we should give one to him too. He's not even here.
Yeah, fair is fair.
So
Stevens.
Maggie rolled Dex with advantage.
Dex with advantage. Shit. Okay. Definitely not dexterous, so. Oh!
dexterous enough.
So you take the jewel and just in disgust fling it at Soren's head,
Yes!
and it dinks off the back of his head, and then comes all the way back to you and straight into your hand. You sort of glance at Lilith and put both gems in your pocket.
Yeah, these are mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna shrug and be like, all right, like I said, fair is fair. Looks like those are yours.
Definitely,
So Soren, in front of you, you have a standard wooden door, not locked, double swinging hinges.
Did anyone else just see Shane pop in?
I saw somebody pop in. I didn't know who that was.
That was real weird.
Wait, what just happened? What?
Ad.
Someone just popped in the Zoom meeting.
Hey, Shane.
It was Shane, but he's gone now.
Hey, bye, Shane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the door.
Okay, sweet. Let me reveal the fog of war, and you will see what you see.
Guess I'll follow him.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder as Lilith comes over and I'm gonna say, yes, keep that gem.
Yeah.
That's
Who is
Thought this looked like a cool link, so I wanted to check it out. Didn't realize I was jumping into a game. Oh God.
So anyway, you have this in front of you. You see this hallway.
Very long hallway. Was anyone else curious about the double doors back in the main room? Or do you want to keep going?
I mean, it would only take a second to double back and check them, I guess.
I agree.
Okay, you guys don't have to move your tokens. I will show you what you see.
Okay. Another hallway.
That's what you see.
Okay.
And the hallways look pretty much identical. They're stone floors, stone ceilings, stone walls. It's clearly been carved out of a cave. Everything's sort of looking kind of the same.
Any indication of which pathway is more traveled?
You guys are right by the entrance. You're pretty sure that they're fairly well traveled both ways.
Son of a bitch.
The advantage of the secret door back there was that you guys could force the large monsters to squeeze and have an area to hide in. So the animals' handlers come in through the main door and out through the main door. They can squeeze through 2 squares, and doesn't hurt them too bad. But getting through that secret doorway is, in case they have to run away. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think we should go down this hallway over by the animals' room. I don't know why.
Fair enough. I will stealth on down.
You.
Do 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 do.
Given.
Roll D100. Roll percentile.
Whoa, what was gonna happen?
You go down belting a drinking song at the top of your lungs. Or maybe you drop a large copper pot onto the floor. Whatever it is, you're making a shitload of noise.
Real loud, and I'm not even gonna try and stealth at this point. I'm just like, fuck, jeez, God.
No, what I did is I went to go scratch my nose, and I still had a piece of poop there, and I gagged real loud.
This is going really well.
Jeez.
Nice. We're not in turn order. Whatever you guys want to do, just tell me.
Yeah, you literally just hear echoing from down the hallway as you stand there.
I'm gonna go to pass Maggie. Sorry, what was your name, Maggie?
Lilith.
Lilith. And as I do so, I think I'm gonna use my sleight of hand to try to pickpocket that other coin.
Oh, fuck that bitch!
The gem or the coin? The gold, the blood price coin?
No, the gem.
Okay. Roll roll sleight of hand.
I had it.
Can I, perception this?
Absolutely.
Fuck, 24? Ah!
So, Lilith, roll a D100.
I don't know how to do
So
that.
/R space D100.
Space D.
So, Calypso, you come out with the blue gem.
Cool.
Bitch.
Tough shit.
Maggie, or Lilith, you totally know she did it, you just couldn't stop her.
The sooner this is over, the sooner. You
still have one.
I still have one, and I have, the most evil god there is on my side, so she'll get hers.
I just kind of look her straight in the face and I'm like, once again, what's fair is fair.
Yes, keep playing your songs. You're doing great.
Doing better than you are right now.
Calmer than you are.
Okay.
Alright, once again, checking for tracks to see which direction may be more traveled than the last.
This way is definitely more traveled.
Definitely more traveled that way. So I am going to instinctually then go this way.
Okay.
And kind of peek around the corner.
Ugh.
Oh, more hallways. Oh.
This place sucks.
It's a cave.
Thanks. The Minotaur should have probably given you a hint
All right.
about what the rest of this was going to be like.
Shut
I'm
up,
going-
Bard.
I'm going to very
Hashtag Captain
cautiously,
Obvious.
very cautiously, watching my footing, make my way down this hallway here.
Jehovah begins with an I.
I'm gonna stay a few steps behind him, but follow, kind of just doing exactly what he's doing.
You make it without issue to where you're at.
I'm going to do the exact same, right behind Maggie.
Cool. All right, let me reveal this.
Ah,
Okay.
we might be going the wrong way, guys.
Yeah, I say we go back to the road more traveled here. This is clearly getting us nowhere.
You know what comes with the road more traveled, correct? More people.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but aren't we trying to find this cult, not avoid them? Man up, let's go.
So-
Woman up, go.
There's literally nothing there.
I'm gonna assume that
Dead end.
Soren, you're gonna want to come all the way down here,
Uh-huh.
and when you do, you find the Minotaur's den. This is where the Minotaur slept. You are going to find a couple of hand axes, as well as a +1 battle axe.
Fuck!
Damn it.
Battle axe, huh?
Yep.
Hand axes.
Yep.
And battle axe. I grab the battle axe and show it to the cleric. Do you
Yeah.
use these?
Do I use a battle axe?
Yeah.
If I use a two-handed warhammer, I feel like I could use a battle axe.
Any one of you could use it as a human.
Oh, sweet.
I don't use axes.
Right, you're a ranger. That would make sense. Yeah, I mean, I assume it requires attunement or something, right? Or can I just swing that
No,
bad
no,
boy?
you can line her up and swing it.
I would love it. Oh dear. It's okay, Pop.
When you grab it,
Oh.
you notice that there is a something strange on the pommel.
Hey, pause. Sorry, I gotta go figure out what's going on out here.
Okay.
It's just my girlfriend deciding that she should pretend to be a dog when she gets home to scare my dog and make me think that somebody is in my home and going to kill me. So, It's
I
fine.
love cake.
everything's fine. Anyway, what's up with my battle axe?
So you notice that on the pommel of the battle axe there is something very strange. It looks like a button.
A button.
Oh, totally press it.
Can
Literally, that's what my character says. Totally press it.
Can I like investigate or like
You can roll Arcana.
do I? Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Well,
It's magic.
this is a magical thing.
It's magic AF.
God, that seems like no, nobody else has got Arcana, so I'm gonna press the button because.
Press the button, yes.
Now it's a dagger.
Wow!
The button's still there.
I'm gonna keep pressing the button.
Now it's a longsword.
I love this weapon. I'm just gonna keep seeing what there is.
It's anything you want it to be. You push the button until it's the weapon you want it to be.
This is. I just am gonna I'm like a maze. Like I just push button, push button, push button, push.
You're like double clicking the pen or whatever.
This is the coolest thing.
It changes. It
ever.
cycles through every melee weapon you can think of, and they all are +1.
Like not like I'm now laughing like this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So like not really playfully, but not like in the intent of actually causing damage. I'm gonna take a swing at the bard.
It feels great.
Yes.
It like slices. You stopped it on the longsword, and having been quite a long time since you swung a longsword, this one just like slices through the air. If there was something in front of you, it wouldn't even know it was cut until after it had moved.
Keep the gem. Stick it behind me.
This is the finest of swords.
Yes.
I really want to steal that from you, but I don't think that I could pull it off.
I will straight up attack you if you try to do that.
Out of her cold, dead hands.
Soren sighs, shaking his head, and walks down past the two feuding vampire women.
Soren is very satisfied knowing that he gave up a melee weapon when he is a ranged character.
Right. I like you a little more now, I say to the bard as I walk by. Like, I'm just, like, way happy.
I kind of just roll my eyes and follow after them, like, great.
So whatever weapon you want it to be, add a +1 weapon to your inventory.
Nice. I just add +1, just a +1 thing, huh?
Yep. It's whatever melee weapon you want. Longsword, short sword, warhammer.
We're gonna go longsword, because that's dope.
All right, I'm continuing on down the way. Again, being very cautious.
Oh, moving things over.
That's what you see.
Hates me.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
When you
continue
get right here, let me go back to select. When you get right here, you've set off a trap.
Oh, come on!
Fucker.
I've been saying it, guys. I got really distracted by...
To be fair, I've been saying very cautiously.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You are going to get advantage on your dexterity saving throw, and Calypso, you are going to notice that he set off a trap before you get there.
Okay.
But, like, can I kind of be playing with my new toy and, like, look up just in time to be like...
Absolutely. So, do you remember Indiana Jones, The Penitent Man Will Pass? Where the fucking saws come out of the wall?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going on right here.
God.
And Soren, you made your dex save,
Wait, I kind of lost you guys.
but
There we go.
the trap is still like buzzing as Calypso gets near it. Soren, you're through, no damage, you're fine. You avoided the trap, and Calypso, you can see it. You know it's there. So.
Is it like saws coming out of the walls on either side?
And yeah, so it's like one at ankle height, one at head height, and then one coming down at an angle like towards your neck.
Okay. I want to take my two newly acquired hand axes and try and jam them into the ankle height and mid height one.
Okay. So the ankle height one is going to stop and grab the axe out of your hand. You gonna try to keep a hold of it or let it go?
I mean, I'm gonna try and let it go and like have it get. Yeah. That's
So
what I
as you let it go, it gets caught in the teeth and stops the blade from moving. But the the head height one was spinning the other way, so it's gonna like try to grab the hand axe out of your hand and fling it down the hallway.
Ah,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So one of them, the ankle height one, is stopped.
Okay. I'm gonna say just carefully duck and move.
great.
Okay.
Float
so,
like butterfly.
Float like butterfly.
Is it to me?
It means whatever. It's whoever.
I guess I'm gonna float like butterfly.
If you want to go prone and like crawl past, you'll probably make it.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
what I'm gonna do. Do I need to roll like dexterity or something?
No, you just crawl past. You're fine.
Okay. All right, come on.
Okay.
Toy, let's go.
Gonna do the crawling thing.
Okay. Lilith, as you crawl by,
Ah.
the one that was coming down at an angle loses its the dowel or the axle in the middle and comes crashing down. Make a dex save at advantage because you knew it was coming.
Dex advantage.
Good enough. So it tinks down the hallway and goes this way. And embeds itself in the wall at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Ooh, then.
All right.
I look over my shoulder. Shall we go?
I guess this
Yeah.
is the way we're going from now on.
Let's keep moving.
So in front of you is the backside of what is a secret door.
The backside of the door, though.
So yeah, you guys are in the secret hallway.
I look over at Lilith and say, "You have experience with these, no?"
Yeah, just stick your hand underneath it and lift up. There should be a handhold. Maybe check for traps.
I'm gonna stick my hand underneath and lift up. Because that's what she told me to do.
No traps, just monsters.
Fucking monsters. Well, I do have this awesome new sword that I'm ready to use.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Rolling initiative.
Calypso once again is first. And then the skeletons. And then last.
Okay, so I guess I will. I mean, I'm going to not do that. I'll move in. I'll move myself into the room. I'm gonna take it on full force, and I'm gonna aim my my crossbow at the one closest to me in the corner.
Okay.
Oh shit!
8 will not hit.
That was unfortunate.
Anything else you would like to do?
No, that was as unfortunate as I'm gonna let it be.
Okay. Soren.
All right. I am. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. and just send an arrow flying in at this skeleton.
Okay.
There.
19 hits.
And 4 damage.
All right.
Sweet. Do I have enough movement to get all the way into melee with one of these guys?
You got 6 squares and then a bonus action that'll get you 6 more.
So I'm gonna do that bonus action. I'm gonna go running in with a big smile on my face, like a kid with a new toy on the playground, and just go right into melee with this guy and swing with my brand new sword.
Cool.
Except that I didn't add the sword. Hold on. I thought I added it. Ugh. Sorry, guys.
I don't forgive you.
That's all right.
You're okay.
Longsword plus
Plus
one.
1.
Longsword plus 1. Get over here, please. Thank you. There it is. And oh, I apparently swung that at advantage. Hold on, I can
Fine.
swing again.
Swinging in without advantage. Even better.
There we go. Nice.
That'll hit.
I will take the damage. Is this same situation?
So yeah, the one hand was the 12.
Okay.
So that's 8 plus 3 plus 1. So you do 12 damage and just obliterate the skeleton. The bones lose their hold on each other and go flying for 10 feet in every direction in a cone coming back from that skeleton. It's just, if it had any blood, there would be a red mist in the air. But instead, there's just bone fragments literally everywhere now. Like you choke a little bit on the dust.
Yeah, I go to like do the evil laugh and then I go.
Excellent. The skeletons are going to go, and this one's going to move over to you, and it is going to attack with plus 4. Plus 4. And 10 is not going to hit your armor class.
No, it's not.
And this guy saw you come in and kill one of his buddies, so he's coming right up at you as well. 16 is not going to hit your armor class either.
With the shield.
All right. Calypso.
I'm gonna go with my. Come back here. My hand crossbow again.
Okay.
Aiming for the one. This one. The one next to Maggie that just rushed into the corner that I tried to hit before.
Okay.
Yeah, because now I'm pissed off that I didn't get it.
20 hits.
I was like, don't roll a 1, don't roll a 1.
All right. And you do 7 damage. He hates that a lot. That is more than half his hit points, so he's really not feeling good.
Alright. That's it. That's my move.
All right.
Cool. Soren.
I am going to step up just a bit and hold my hand out at the skeleton that just kind of got plinked with an arrow. And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Which, when I hold my hand out, a mystical beard kind of grows on this skeleton. It looks like a dwarf beard. And it's just like this ethereal dwarf beard on him.
It's braided, has like 5 tails.
Yep. Which marks him for my hunt. And I am now going to shoot an arrow at him. And critically fail.
Oh no!
Roll percentile. Just made it. If you had rolled a 49 or lower, you were going to hit your friend.
Yeah.
Or acquaintance, I'm sorry.
Yep.
But just good enough not to hit her.
God damn it. God damn it.
Right.
Is that me now?
That's
Well, I'm
you.
still concentrating on that damn skeleton, and he still has the beard.
It's still got the beard.
So there's a skeleton in front of you and a skeleton to your side with a creepy fucking beard.
Creepy beard guy. He's the one that's
They got plinked. Yep.
So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna like kind of do a double take at the beard, and then be like, "Well, that's new." And one more swing.
22 hits. 8 will do it. Tell me how you kill him.
I'm gonna kind of baseball bat swing the sword at him to like look like I'm like trying to chop off the beard. Like I'm like, what is this? Wah!
So your sword passes through the beard, but takes off his head. And if your longsword were a baseball bat, it would have been a home run. That's fantastic. All right. The skeleton, there's only one left, and he is going to attack you,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to miss.
Still missing.
Calypso.
I'm gonna rush forward, swift as I can, and give me a thing. I'm going to. What am I gonna do now? I'm over here. I need better weapons.
You got spells?
Yeah, they're not great though.
I mean, you're only 3rd level. So.
Right. I guess I'm gonna attack it with the dagger since I'm close range.
15 hits. 6 damage. Alright. He's, again, really not feeling great about that 6 damage you did. You took off, like, one of his wrists. He's really not happy.
Okay, well that's nice.
Soren.
All right. So, for my bonus action, I will move the beard mark over to the other skeleton. So as the other skeleton clatters to the ground, the beard kind of swirls and then reapparates on the other skeleton.
It has
And
8 tails this time instead of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll for my longbow.
There we go.
Okay, so with that, we roll damage there, then we do Colossus Slayer, and we do Hunter's Mark. So,
I mean, he's
Who's
gone.
the most dead?
yeah, 20
Okay.
points.
He's,
20 points.
he's a brown paste on the floor. This one is recently pooped.
I like it.
Yeah, he gone.
Okay. Good. And the beard just kind of swirls back towards me and kind of wraps around my bow.
It's a neat little trick you got there.
It's weird, is what it is. It was
It's-
weird.
It's real weird. I'm gonna actually go with the bard on this one. That's weird, man. What's your deal with the beards?
It's a dwarf. They're atrocious beings.
Dwarves are atrocious.
It-
Huh.
It just makes the kill that much better, that much more worth it.
Huh. You
I
hate
knew an orc
dwarves.
one. Magical beard. Orc Dave. Nice guy.
Orc Dave.
Orcs are not as bad as dwarves.
I mean, have you ever been drinking with a dwarf though?
They're vile creatures.
Yes, totally vile. I would never.
Drinking with a dwarf is almost as bad as smoking weed with Willie Nelson.
Right?
But-
Seems. Whew.
Their blood is superior.
Yeah?
Yes.
Have I ever had dwarf before? Is that something like I
Sure.
would have seen a lot of?
I mean, you tell me.
Huh. Dwarf, huh? I don't think I have ever had dwarf.
We could get back to the mission and move away from the
Gnome.
Wait,
I like gnome. It's kind of like finger food.
When we get back to town, I will find us a dwarf and we will feast. We will feast well.
Okay.
They're fat little short bodies. They hold a lot of blood.
I like him. All right.
Alright, it's a date. Let's move on now. Come on, lovebirds. We're gonna go.
Nobody invited you.
Nobody said I wanted to go either.
You could come play songs for us while we eat.
You don't deserve my beautiful music.
I'm gonna lean into him and like as quietly as I can say, it actually is beautiful. Damn it.
I heard that. Thank you.
Calypso, roll perception.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's just the slightest nod from Soren.
Come on, computer. You're pissing me off. Do 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 do.
You totally heard that.
Yeah, I totally heard that.
Well, whatever.
All right, you guys going through the door?
Yeah.
Let's check it for traps, though. Let's check traps.
There's no traps.
Okay.
Gonna keep following you. Oh man, 2 hallways.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Just pick one. I'm sick of this.
50 or higher, I'm going right.
This way seems like there's a lot more traffic.
Oh,
Okay.
there it is.
All right.
Just for the sake of time. Boom.
Okay. I was gonna head this way anyway. The dice told me that. So we are
You wanna
heading.
follow?
I'm following.
These are both about the same as far as tracks go. There's lots and lots of tracks in this hallway, but they're relatively equally traveled.
I say we go this way.
I agree.
Carefully, stealthily as possible.
Skill ninja moves here. I say left.
I say left too. So what do the tracks look like?
It's a very heavily traveled hallway. There's not really any clue either way.
Peek around the
With
corner.
all the traffic, we would have found anything but monsters in here.
I mean, you're in a monster zone.
And peek around the corner.
Maggie, you coming?
I'm coming. I'm opening a Diet Coke.
Oh, I want a Diet Mountain Dew so bad. You should get me one.
Sure. Send that right over.
Wait.
Are we talking across town or like in a different state?
Oh, yeah, she's in Kansas.
Oh, well, that's not going to work then.
No.
Right. Looking at foot traffic again.
Something clearly lives over here. Something's sleeping area is over here.
We've had the good luck with nests recently.
Let's check it out.
I'm gonna peek around the corner and see if it's still there.
It is not.
Oh,
Okay.
let's investigate that.
All right, moving carefully.
So you go down into its nest. This is clearly the nest of a snake.
All right, we're getting closer.
The thing that you saw earlier may not necessarily be that one, but this is the nest of what you know to be a Yuan Ti abomination. Have you guys ever seen that before?
Nope.
That's the thing that I showed you earlier with the sword and the snake.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Yuan Ti abomination. So there are some tree bark pieces, some large pieces of wood to climb on, and oddly enough, a little pillow that was obviously sewn for it.
Oh, dear.
So you see a loose stone over here. If one of you would like to check that out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Checking out the loose stone.
So when you pull back the loose stone, you are going to find the stave of what you recognize to be a very well-crafted longbow.
Mm.
It is a longbow +1.
Ooh, a +1 longbow.
Yes. When you pick it up, you notice that there is a snake that is carved all the way from one end to the other. The head is at the top, the tail is at the bottom. It's actually strung through the mouth of the snake.
Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
It is of a wood that you have never seen before. The wood has a greenish tint to it.
That's wonderful.
Hey, do we see anything else of interest in the den?
There is a small wooden box.
I'm gonna go to the wooden box and open it.
The wooden box is about the size of a deck of cards, and when you open it, that's exactly what you find. Only these cards, when you handle them, you pull your hand away and you actually pricked your thumb. They are knife-edged, and there are only 8 of them instead of a full deck.
That's pretty cool.
So you're going to get a ranged weapon that is a deck of cards, which is a D6 +1. So give me just a second, and I will add that to your character sheet for you.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it is. while you do that, I'm gonna go get a band-aid. I mandolined myself earlier and it hurts.
This is Gambit.
That really is Gambit.
It's Gambit. Vampire Gambit.
I like it.
There you go. Deck of cards with knives around the edges.
Oh crap. I'm accidentally clicking on all kinds of things.
When she said she was proficient with the deck of cards, I was like, yes, Gambit.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, Vampire Gambit. That's me. Badass all day, every day. Fuck, that hurt.
So when you're using a mandolin without a handguard, I discovered this. There's a thing that you can buy. It's like a chainmail glove. I actually have one that will protect your fingers for when you're using a mandolin.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that in my life.
Yep.
I always
Go
see them using that at Chipotle.
Yep. Also at KFC, when they cut the chickens down, they cut them on like a bandsaw. They wear two of them. Go to like a restaurant supply website, and like Central Restaurant is the one that I used to work at that's here in Indianapolis. But I mean, if they have one there in Kansas where you're at, you can probably get it locally. It should be about $20.
Yeah, that's worth it because this hurts.
You can't see it, but there is a giant effing scar on my thumb right there. From when I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suck.
Right on the side of my thumb is where I got myself.
It sucks.
Hurt.
I would like to point out that the mandolin in question was mine, and they stole it and then moved to Kansas. So I have little sympathy.
Sarah stole it, number one. No, I stole it.
Yeah.
And number two, it now has my DNA in it, so you don't want it back.
Hashtag a-hole. I mean, really, what do you gotta go steal stuff for?
Siblings.
Yeah, that's fair.
At our mom's house for like 2 years.
I literally only used it to make apple pie on Thanksgiving.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god, no, Mom bought a new mandolin, don't worry.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is what you see
Alright, we're at
from that far down the hallway. Ooh.
Keep moving.
And coming into the room.
There's this big white spot here. Am I supposed to be seeing that?
Yeah, I effed up the map a little bit, so I had to,
Okay.
like...
Okay, so it's not like a crazy bukkake scene or anything.
I mean, come on, guys.
I was thinking like hole in the ground or something.
Oh, yeah, right. Hole in the ground. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Does it really look as strange as I think it does?
Yeah.
It's not. It's you know.
I mean, damn it. Alright, so there's an opening in the cave that was, like, punched through.
Okay.
It looks like somebody in rage, like, just literally put their fist through the stone.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait, outwards or inwards?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
That's not possible. That's not an option.
He's DM.
Okay.
It looks like it was punched from both sides.
Okay.
And that's where we're standing?
Yep, that's where you are standing specifically,
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Soren. And this is what you see.
Ah.
There's a
Anybody-
coffin.
Up for
That's-
a nap?
I was gonna say, looks nice to
cozy.
me. Let's check that out.
Check it out.
Check for trap. See.
Whoa! What the? Ah.
Meet again.
I'm gonna peek my head around here. I'm gonna be right here from
What,
the back.
what is this trickery?
This is the Guardian.
Of what? Guardian of what?
These are my chambers.
Wait,
You guarded your chambers.
You sent us here.
I did. The Guardian alerts me when someone enters.
Why do I feel like we've been seriously tricked?
Because we've been seriously tricked. That's why you feel like that.
Okay. Why did you send us on this little...
Goose chase.
Because these things have invaded my home.
Okay.
You are doing well rooting them out, but you need to go down.
Down.
You must find the hole that this thing lives in and rid it from here.
In any direction you could give us would be great.
Back the way you came.
Cool.
Fine.
You couldn't
You went-
have just left
You
them
went
back.
left when you should have went right.
Got it. Okay. Just real quick, the thing that you're referring to. It's like, bigger than an owlbear, smaller than an owlbear,
Smaller than an owlbear.
scarier than an owlbear.
Much.
Fuck.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. Oh no, is it a basilisk? Some kind
I
of
don't
monster.
know what it's called.
Don't look at it. Thank you. That
Cool.
actually was helpful. Alright.
Cool.
Soren, my friend.
Oh.
Come here.
Oh no.
Why is Soren his friend?
I think it's okay, man.
Yeah.
No, I do not think it's okay.
The Guardian
Fine.
places his
Fine.
hand on your shoulder. You regain full hit points.
Oh.
You will need your strength for this fight.
Real quick question. Just real quick. Why can't you fight it? What exactly is? You seem to be a lot more powerful than the rest of us.
I am
So-
only the Guardian. Here.
Okay.
My physical form is across the world.
Makes sense.
Got it. That makes
Guardian
sense.
here only alerts me when someone enters my chambers. The things do not dare come in here. The Guardian frightens them away.
Got it.
They don't know that he's incorporeal.
Cool. So we'll just do
Okay.
this then.
So
Word.
who's in the bed?
No one.
Well, then you wouldn't mind if I opened it up.
It stands empty,
Oh, she's just moving over.
waiting for my return.
Maybe just don't mess. Maybe just don't mess with this bed. Just don't.
Please.
Just checking for bed bugs.
No bugs here. No bugs.
Okay, so we're just gonna go find the hole then.
That
No
sounds
chance
like
you
a
got
good
a
idea.
map or no?
He
Okay.
told us which way to go. Ish.
He said you
We
should
just-
have gone left.
So
Right.
we're gonna go back down this hallway.
Nope.
I'm just gonna march
Yeah,
my way out.
We'd be going this way. Okay. Goodbye, Guardian. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye! The Guardian disappears.
Alright, so we're going this way and I'm following. I can't get this to move. There we go.
Do we want to go back down there? I don't think so.
No, I lost you guys.
This is where he was talking about.
Oh, wait.
Okay, I'm with you. Down to the hole. I'm with you. Are these steps?
They are, in fact, steps.
Didn't
Are they
he
going
say
down?
hole?
Let's
What's
Alright,
this way?
head down. He
said
said
go down.
hole, so I think we should go down.
Roll initiative.
Oh, son of
for
a
fuck's
bitch!
You gotta be.
Just for
easy.
time's sake, I didn't realize you guys were going to take quite this long, so give me a second here. I mean, they're skeletons. You easily obliterate them.
Oh, good.
It was really just a, oh fuck, in case you got to the stairway too quick.
Got it.
So here we go.
Down the stairs.
Oh,
It's a
Oh,
Medusa, I knew it.
just mother of
Medusa.
Christ. So we're just like jumping right into this then.
Yeah. As soon as you go down the stairs in its hole, it knows you're there.
Shit.
Right.
So initiative.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Quick question. That nifty potion that I got,
Uh-huh.
the whole night's rest thing, does that also, like, I get all my spells back?
That is correct.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, once I'm not going first.
Oh, look, it's a decent initiative.
Right. So, Lilith, you are first to act.
Can I chug that potion as a bonus action, or is that an action?
That is a full action.
Well, I'm still gonna do it.
Okay, even with full hit points?
I basically have used all my spells.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I want them back.
Cool.
So yeah, smash that potion.
Cool.
And I guess that's my full action.
Calypso. Soren, did you roll initiative?
I did.
Are you the 12?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Calypso, you are next.
I'm wondering how to kill Medusa. Pretty sure you gotta cut her head off. So I'm gonna go with.
There we go. Wonderful.
You said we can't look at her?
So, this is the Medusa's petrifying gaze. When a creature that can see the Medusa's eyes starts its turn within 30 feet of the Medusa, and you are, the Medusa can force it to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw if the Medusa isn't incapacitated and can see the creature. If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the creature becomes restrained. Otherwise, the creature that fails the saving throw let me read this again. If the Medusa isn't incapacitated and can see the creature, if the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the creature is instantly petrified. Otherwise, a creature that fails the save begins to turn to stone and is restrained. The restrained creature must repeat the saving throw at the end of its next turn, becoming petrified on a failure or ending the effect on a success.
So we become petrified if we see her, like if we look at her or if she looks at us. Which one is it?
If she looks at you, she can force you to make a Constitution saving throw.
So it's not about eye contact.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't really
So-
matter if we're looking at her or not.
The other thing is, unless surprised, a creature can avert its eyes to avoid the saving throw at the start of its turn. If the creature does so, it can't see the Medusa until the start of its next turn, when it can avert its eyes again. If the creature looks at the Medusa in the meantime, it must immediately make the save. If the Medusa sees itself reflected in a polished surface within 30 feet of it, and an area of bright light, the Medusa is, due to its curse, affected by its own gaze.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast. I've got invisibility.
Okay?
I think I'm gonna make myself invisible. Can I do that?
Sure.
Oh.
I mean that you just do it. You don't have to roll for it.
Oh.
You
Good.
cast invisibility, you are now invisible. The Medusa
the
can't see you.
If the Medusa can't see her, she can't be petrified, right?
The Medusa can't force her to make the save, but she still can't look at the Medusa.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
That's your turn. So, or the Medusa goes next. So the Medusa sees you guys, and it is going to look at Soren and force Soren to make a Constitution saving throw.
$13.
So you are restrained,
I'm restrained.
which means your speed is reduced to 0, and you can take 1 action.
Super.
All right, and then the Medusa is going to move into melee with Lilith, and is going to swing with her short sword.
And I'm gonna do Warding Darkness.
Awesome. So the Medusa is going to swing with disadvantage. And gets a 21.
Shit. Well, she hits anyway.
Alright, so you take 5 piercing damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Alright. Well, you are next to act.
That is me. I am going to cast a thing. I'm going to do something. Shit. Hold on. I'm going to cast blindness
Okay,
on the Medusa.
that's great.
Maybe. I'm clicking it, but nothing is happening. So
It's probably asking you what level.
oh, here it is. There it goes. Just was popping behind the thing.
Make a con saving throw. So Medusa has +3 to Constitution. What's your spell save DC?
I will tell you.
Doesn't matter. Medusa is blind.
Yes.
Medusa critically failed her con save, so she is blind for the next minute, which means you have 10 rounds.
10 rounds of her being blind, which means I still can't look at her, but she can't force
Nope,
us.
because she's blind, you can totally look at her now.
You guys are so welcome.
Maggie, I had a plan and you fucked it up by blinding her. You suck.
Sorry.
You're a dick.
What was
I
your
mean,
plan?
she negated the thing about the Medusa that makes it scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only way we can really defeat her is if we have her look at herself.
Not really.
No,
I mean, she's just a
beat her to
monster.
death.
She
You
has,
beat her to death.
yeah, she has hit points just like everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna use.
Now she's just a big sack of hit points with a sword that she can't swing very well.
Yes. So that's all I got. I'm gonna.
And that's pretty big.
Yeah. Gonna
Yeah.
be done now.
Okay.
All right.
Calypso.
Let's go with. Let's use my new toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to just start, X-menning this shit and throwing these awesome new cards at her.
That hits.
I don't
8 damage. Nice. You feel like that since you did such a good job with the deck of cards, that it didn't take you as long as it normally would have to make an attack, so you can do it again.
Ooh.
Do those cards magically come back to me?
No. You have 8 of them, and after the battle you can recover them, but during the battle you can't.
And I threw all 8 of them.
No, you just threw one, right?
Yeah, you threw one.
Oh.
They throw one at a time.
Let's throw another one.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. So that is not the damage that you do. You are going to do, so it's a d6 plus 1, so 7, and then 5 is 12.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, you feel really good about that. So Medusa now has 2 less snakes in her hair. You cut them off.
Go me.
There are little, like, pseudo snakes that are like proto snakes that are like flopping around on the floor like fish out of water.
Gross.
All right. Medusa is going to randomly swing her sword in the air, and we will roll a d4 to see who she attacks. 1 is Lilith, 2 is Calypso, 3 is Soren, 4 is she automatically lists. So she's attacking Soren with an 8 and
No.
missing.
Okay. Oh, that's me.
Lilith.
What about Soren?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
7 initiative orders written down here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I got skipped last time, and I just didn't want to get skipped this time. So
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead and make 2 attacks.
no, that's cool. Am I still restrained?
You are restrained,
I am
so you
still
can make a DC 14 con save to get unrestrained at the beginning of your turn.
Okay, I would like to do that.
You are unrestrained.
All right, so for my bonus action, as I'm still concentrating, I assume it hasn't been an hour since I last cast
It is not.
Hunter's
No.
Mark. So
The interaction with the hallway took about 10 minutes to go down there. The interaction with the Guardian maybe took another 10, and then another 10 to get back. So no, you're at 30 minutes. You're good.
okay, so the beard magically forms on the Medusa now.
The bearded lady.
I
She's a
actually-
sideshow act.
In character, I just start laughing.
And I pull up my newly found bow and fire.
That hits.
So it will do that, the Hunter's Mark, and the Colossus Slayer for 15. 15 points of damage.
You get inspiration for referencing the count.
Yes.
I've been watching a lot of Sesame Street with my daughter. She is obsessed with Elmo.
Of course.
I mean, you know, she'll be 2 in February. So
I love
Yeah.
it. Elmo would like to shoot the Medusa.
All right, let's not be that creepy.
Mr. Noodle!
Mr. Noodle is not welcome in this house.
Okay, so now I'm confused. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's just throw the. It's gonna be fine. I'm going to not know what I'm doing. Can I channel Divinity Cloak of the Night?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna click the thing. And something about. Does she have to do a save, or is that just it?
She has to do a con save, which is +3. And your spell save DC doesn't matter because it's above 7. So she takes 2d10 +3.
So I just roll that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's /R
Mm-hmm. Space.
space 2d10
+3.
+3.
Nice.
11.
All right. So a mist of darkness just erupts from the floor and surrounds her already blind self and starts crackling with blue necrotic energy and just like pokes into her with lightning, and she and feels like it really sucks. All right, Calypso.
I'm gonna throw another shiny card.
Hits. All right. And one more. Hits as well. All right. Thorin.
Okay. I will let loose another arrow because that's what an archer does.
It is.
So here's what I need from you, Mike. I need max damage on all of your dice.
Okay, so that would be let's see, 11, 17, 25.
All right. And then /R, roll each one of those dice again. Plus 25.
Okay, so let me do the
So 9.
here the there it would be 10, 19.
19 plus 25.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. $34.
Fuck!
Medusa just screams in pain and lets loose with an otherworldly cry. And in her desperation, she is able to bring forth
Ah,
her ally.
shit.
I don't want an ally.
That is her turn. Her scream of rage is all she can do, and the Yuan Ti abomination comes up from out of the abyss to assist her. Lilith.
That's me. Sure, I'm going to. I'm gonna turn onto this guy over here and swing at him with my new cool sword.
25 hits.
Yes. So 11, right?
Yep, that's 11.
Sweet.
All right. Okay. He sort of shrinks back from you, and like a gash opens up in his chest and starts to ooze this black nastiness.
Ugh,
It's not
nothing
good.
I'm interested in.
Yeah. Calypso.
I'm gonna also turn to big giant snake guy. I'm gonna shoot acid arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck.
8 is not going to hit,
Damn it.
unfortunately.
It was unfortunate.
Oh, that's sad because that thing did really big damage last time.
Yeah, I was really hoping for some goodness. Sorry, bro.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. Soren.
All right. Soren wants to kill Medusa real bad now.
Soren almost did it last turn.
And going against his instinct, where he would normally jump on and start ripping away and biting at the Medusa, he is going to send one more arrow because that seems to work better.
That works.
And
At least 15 points and she's dead. Whew.
how's 16? No,
That
sorry,
works.
20. 20. Yeah,
That
20.
works. Medusa gone.
What?
Medusa falls to the floor, an arrow sticking out of one of her eyes.
All
The
right.
beard is creeping back towards the bow of Soren.
Oh, it's not moving over to this lizard dude
No, it has to go back to Soren first.
until it goes. Okay. So then this is me, right?
This guy gets a turn,
Ah.
and he is going to see his mistress go down and completely ignore you guys, provoking attacks of opportunity from both Calypso and Lilith, and rush to her aid.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna swing at him. Oh.
That doesn't hit.
I'm gonna go with another card.
That hits. And does 8 damage. Alright, he feels the card. He doesn't care. He is distraught at the downfall of his mistress. Crying in anguish, he raises his sword and shakes it at the ceiling.
No. Oh no. That's it?
Lilith,
Okay. Well, let's just see what we can do with this guy. I'm gonna flaming sphere. We're
Okay.
gonna submit it. There we go. Oh dear.
Ugh.
Well, that's gonna miss.
it's not an attack. I do a
Okay.
thing. So click the damage and I'll see what he gets.
I can't click the damage. Oh, here we go.
The damage is 2,
Oh, the damage is 2.
It's
and it's
Okay.
and if he saves, it's half.
sad.
You
sad
rolled 2
amount.
ones on both d6s. That sucks.
Yeah. So nothing. It's real sad.
Okay.
And he doesn't make the save until he takes both points of damage.
Damn, that was another second level spell.
That sucks. But it stays, and so you get to direct it with a bonus action on your next turn.
Okay.
That's why it's a second level spell.
Okay.
It doesn't go away.
That's something.
Calypso.
I'm gonna True Strike allows the next person to
get advantage. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do True Strike,
Okay.
and is that all I can do?
You can move, or you can, if there's something else you want to try to do. You can't attack, though.
I can't attack.
No.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Soren?
Okay. I think first as a bonus action, the beard's gonna just have to go over to old Snaky there. And he will be marked by the hunter.
It gives him this really weird-looking mohawk
Wait.
that you know belongs on a dwarf, but he thinks is, hey, that's pretty fucking cool.
I'm upset
And
about it, but I got this new hairstyle.
then I'm just gonna run up and grapple the shit out of him, and
Okay.
then attempt to bite him.
All right, not expecting that, he is going to be at disadvantage on his strength check. And you win. Tie goes to the attacker.
Ooh.
Right. So
You are grappled.
I am grappled. So there we go. I think that'll be my turn because
You gotta wait till next time to bite him.
yeah. Yep.
All right. He's grappled by Soren, so he's gonna try to shake him off. Opposed strength checks.
Oh fuck.
He's at disadvantage because you're attached to him. You have to beat a
Fuck.
6.
You did not beat
I
us.
didn't beat a 6.
So you are no longer grappled.
I am no
With-
longer grappled.
Sorry, man. You had to beat a 6.
This whole biting thing is real hard for vampires to do.
I mean, You're supposed to try to charm him first. It's not intended to be a melee thing.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Like,
You're supposed to catch your prey, unawares, and then you can do it.
yeah.
That's the
Snake
idea.
Man's not really unaware of you.
Well, he seemed a little preoccupied.
He was totally preoccupied, but I mean, you have to beat a 6.
Oh my god. Bad for
Alright.
practice.
So it took most of his action to shake you off. So we'll just call that good. Lilith, your turn.
All right, so I am going to, I guess, swing away. Nice.
Go ahead.
And damage.
12 is a sizable amount of damage.
And then I have the bonus action to direct the Scorching Ray at him.
Yep. The flaming sphere.
Or, yes, Flaming Sphere. So I just click that again?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, submit. Thank you. There, that feels better. 7.
All right. That is even more damage. He is now, like, his skin is smoldering. Like, he's got a hot foot. He's not really happy about that. At all.
Alright.
Calypso.
Am I still invisible?
No, after you attack, you're not invisible anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna throw my card.
Okay.
I got a couple more of those. I did not mean to click it twice.
That's fine. You're going to throw 2 of them anyway. They both hit. Click the... Yep, there you go. So, that is enough damage to put Snake Man down. Tell me how you kill him.
Tell you how I killed him?
Yep, tell me how you kill him.
Okay, my cards were totally badass, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just totally X-Men style, slice right through the throat, both of them, just like one around the other, and it totally takes his head off. It's awesome. Lots
Nice.
of gore. It's pretty cool.
Excellent. Snake Man goes down.
Okay.
Is that it? Any more snake people coming at us?
Nothing else coming at you. As you search through the den, you find several more of the coins to pay the blood price, and you find a small chest with 6 more of those 500 gold piece gems.
Cool.
You also find a journal detailing the hatred of the Medusa for the ancient vampire who used to live in these caves. Very likely the one who sent you here, and you are confident that now that their mistress has been vanquished, the caves will clear out.
Okay.
Well done, adventurers.
Looks like our work here is done.
Winner, winner.
Let's go get us some dwarf.
I believe we were gonna go out for a nice meal of dwarf.
Yes. Yeah.
So back in town, there are only humans in the tavern, but they are able to direct you to a small village of dwarves who had been known to terrorize the Volscian?
Yeah, the Voloscian.
Voloscian. And so then you were able to have your snack.
Yes.
Good deal.
It's kind of like going out drinking together afterward, but better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
while-
you are going to be drinking.
That's true.
While while Soren and what was your name, Maggie?
Lilith.
Lilith totally like destroy all the dwarves. I'm just sitting in the background playing my violin. Like just some real creepy music to accompany the slaughter of the dwarves.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of each one of our games, we like to do a thing where we give gratitude to another player for something that made you feel good or something that made the session special. So since Mike is the one who started this tradition, or at least introduced it to me, I will call you out to start this evening, unless you guys want to roll credits and say what your characters do after this other than drinking dwarves.
Oh, I mean, I kind of had a lot of fun with them and secretly like the bard. So, I'm gonna kind of try and get a little, like, a gang of vampires going on here.
I'm for anything that lets other people listen to my music. I like an audience.
But, like, I'm also constantly gonna be like, can I talk to you about your Lord and Savior Vecna?
You guys are going to be known as the audience.
Yes.
That's what people call you when they try to hire you for things. It's, your call sign, so to speak, is you're known as the audience.
I love this.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Soren will go along with the whole thing as long as you guys agree to kill like
Every dwarf we ever see.
every dwarf and every elf.
I'll hold them down for you.
And really our main goal is to take down an entire stronghold that I have very bad feelings towards. So, I mean, if you guys are cool with that,
I'm there to help, man.
I'm cool
Soren's
with it.
all for it.
I fell in love with an elf once and it was terrible, so fuck them.
I like it.
Excellent. Excellent.
So as far as gratitude goes, I will send mine over to Liz. Not only just like fun first time playing with you and all, but the whole kind of acting like a rogue and stealing the gem from from Lilith was
It was a dick move.
it was a dick move, but it was fun.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
That was super cool.
I have to say my gratitude to Maggie for making me do this.
Yeah.
And for finding the gold for me to steal, giving me that fun idea.
It's true.
Appreciate it.
Well, mine is definitely for Rick, because I was super sad that I was going to miss 2 weeks in a row of D&D, and you made something happen that was super exciting.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you guys could come play. I have two gratitudes tonight. First is for Michael for helping me out earlier and figuring out the macros, because that won't just help for tonight. That'll help for a long time in the future. And then to Liz for coming in and not really being afraid of anything, and going in playing a bard, which is one of the more complicated characters to play, and just having a lot of fun with it, and playing her violin ironically through the entire evening. That was even at the constant eye rolls from her IRL sister was amazing. So thanks for making us laugh. I really appreciated that.
Really great.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Well, guys, that was a fantastic session. It is now 2 minutes after 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time.
It's 1 a.m. here, and I am done.
And your friendly neighborhood DM is super tired. So I will sign off.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I don't know how to do this.
I will end the meeting for everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.